What is up, everybody? Alright, so it's still storming like a mofo where I live, and so far it's okay, but if my internet just goes that's why. So we'll just see. And so far I got no drop frames or anything like that, but there's been a lot of internet problems in my area, so we shall see. Hey, Saber Nero. So I'm really confused. They did that time lock yesterday that literally unlocked nothing. Like, it did not a damn thing. And then, like, they did another time lock, unlock, if you will, like way sooner after. Like, you didn't have to wait as long as normal. So it was weird. I don't get it, but I haven't done it yet. Oh, my volume is a mess. Let me fix that. Alright, let me know what that sounds like. Well, let's go upgrade Q's command card, and by that I mean waste a bunch of QP because that's what this system is actually for. Oh, excuse me, I have 2 of these. Get to blow even more QP. Man, I hope they add Agravain, dude. Agravain and Sir K, like that's the dream, but dude, okay. I want them to add Agravain, and then I want his stage 1 to be like his black armor and everything, but with a helmet. Oh my god, it'd be fucking awesome. And he's probably like an assassin or something, and I could use some more assassins because I don't know if you haven't noticed this, but Sanson actually isn't that good of an assassin, right? I know he's not quite enough. He's not quite enough, guys. He's almost there, guys. Like clearly, he's almost a carry. Just needs a little extra push. I think we just got a summon ticket. We'll, wait, no, Brunhilde's not rated up today, I don't think, so we'll YOLO that later. Alrighty. Foreigner, eh? Got some more Abigail nonsense? By the way, you can see the names of the missions that don't unlock until like the 27th and the 26th and stuff. And one of them is, the objective is to clear the stage called like The Return of Ishtar 2 or some shit. It's like a movie title, but obviously we're gonna fight Ishtar at some point, so that's the thing. Yes, and there's another one for Amakusa. This is how you fight foreigners. Oh god, we used our command codes yesterday on that, was that free quest? I can't even remember, what were we using? The gray, I think it was gray, yeah. I would really be happy if we buffed Sanson again, though. Alright. 300,000 and she has guts. I'm guessing that's gonna be a stun. Am I the only one that feels like they were really lazy with her toolkit and they basically just made AoE Abigail? Like, that's pretty much what it seems like. Now, obviously we haven't seen... we haven't seen how, you know, she actually is a playable unit, but as an enemy, that's what it seems like. Alright. We'll do NP gain for this one turn, I guess. And then we're gonna go, gas. I'm trying to think if we do our evade first or we use our third skill first to play our stages. Now, we probably still do the evade first.
遊んでおいで。
I give Guts next turn. Man, having the debuff removal command code would be amazing here. Also, those crits.
遊んでおいで。お客様よ。お手なしなさい。目を背けないで。
Look at her giving us our NP. Alright. It's time. Wear clothes, child, indeed. We got a ways to go. Really gonna depend on what this Guts ends up being like. Oh my god, that's bullshit. That is so bullshit. Well, that's a pretty big counter to what we're doing here. Oh, that's some bullshit right there. You know, I think Hurt could do this otherwise, but we just lost so much value. Much of. Bad unit, no buff removal protection, and alright. We might still be able to win if we just have to beat this health bar. We'll see. We definitely would have taken out this health bar like easy peasy if we had our third skill working. This takes a while. Door, yeah. Might be overkilling, but I want to try to do damage to the next health bar if it's a thing. Oh boy. That's that's a lot of health to get through. Never mind. Never mind. Feels good. That was still pretty legit, because, you know, not only is Hercules being counterclassed, but she had buff removal, which that destroyed our value. Feels good. Yeah, Beastly, I was watching your VODs where you playing Ninja Gaiden Black, and I was kind of jealous because you had like people in your chat that obviously knew the game, but they wouldn't say anything unless you asked them. Like, nobody spoiled anything. Like, if you asked for something, then they would explain it, but otherwise they just watched you suffer, right? That's like how it's supposed to be. But that's not what normally happens. It's bullshit. You know, they probably will add a buff removal resist CE someday. I could see them doing that. I bet you they'll make it limited time though. Okay, so does it even matter which one we go to here? The fuck? Let's see. Yeah, there's just 2 free quests. Well, we should do the free quest before we move on, because it might become daytime, and I want the apple, so... we'll go for rare spawn, because I don't know what they drop anyway. Good enough. I feel like there's a decent chance Arash won't clear the first wave, but whatever. Man, Tama's not gonna do a damn thing here. I mean, what? %5 buff removal resistance when it's MLB. Yeah, that'd be pretty bad. Oh, we don't need that music anymore. Okay guys, Rex wasn't paying attention, so we avoided the wrath. Shit. Would have cleared if we had done Romulus' first skill. I just didn't want to get rid of the Roman thing. Nothing, Rex. Nothing. Nothing at all. Let's see. Oh hey, we can use Tam for this. Get the MP up. General use, boys! Hey, Omega. I don't know what the deal with those things are. They're really weird. It lived. It's also Roman. It's double Roman, actually. Obviously, it's a Roman minor, yeah. Guys, clearly. These have a fair amount of health. I will say, although Cadence doesn't really need it because she's more about normal card damage, you know, overcharged and everything, but I would like it if Cadence got an upgraded MP, because I have her MP5, and that would be one hell of a nuker there. Oh, got it anyway. Feels good. One of these nodes does drop Lancer gems. I don't think the drop rate is super high though. Okay, no missions for them. I think there's a mission for killing Spriggans. Okay, this one is all Berserkers. Go for rare spawn again. Berserkers, we probably are better off with our Saber setup. Brash will be better here. Only S tier can be buffed? Yeah, obviously. Canis is C tier, remember? Oh yeah, clearly. God. What was their criteria for that? I don't understand. It's like... she's got really good survivability, really good damage, like, it's really solid. Like, I've been really impressed with how much value she actually has. Even for farming, she's okay. Like, yeah, she's not the best farming unit, but that's not that big of a deal. Like, if I was gonna put her on a tier list strictly based on farming, I'm like, yeah, she's AoE, and, you know, sometimes you need normal card damage as well, because there's been a lot of farming stages lately where they make you do some AoE, but then like a lot of single target at the end, stuff like that, or in the middle even. So she, you know, she's useful for farming. She's not the best, but she's fine. And then for challenge quest, she's great. Even like I say, even for farming, I don't think she's bad. I think she's just all right. She's a double Mordred there. Probably gonna need to even use like her second skill there or something. He's got 80k health. Nah, he's probably dead. I forgot these are berserkers, so Ross does a lot more. Now I do want an Arthur NP upgrade, like quite a bit. My day's pretty good, true. Not half bad. Will the final enemy be a giant? I'm gonna say yes. There's been a lot of giants in this event, so... I'm sure there's a mission to kill these guys. What are they called? Oh, did they kill these manticores? I can't remember. I know they're like originally Tiamat's kids, but I don't remember what they actually named them. I think manticores are supposed to be like... they're supposed to be like lions with like scorpion tails or some crap like that. Because another crit out, yeah. Honestly, Masashi's buff is like what he should have done for Arthur, because his MP needs to just hit so hard to like represent what it does, but then he doesn't have like the battery thing that Mordred and Artoria has. Oh, that's Vlad. What he doing here? Well, Mordred should have been the one to NP on this wave then, but we learned something. Let's give Arthur the crit buff here, see how he does. Seriously, I want like, I know he doesn't really need it, but like, Arthur animation update, buff his NP, and we get a prototype event, right? Like, that's the good stuff, man. Come on. Woo! Not bad. Alright, we'll see how Mordred does. We'll do it again, because I think we need to kill that middle guy 2 more times, I bet. Yeah, Proto-Coup update would be really nice. Oh yeah, we got a few missions there. I don't want to do waiver again just so... I can always bring my waiver, but then bond issues. But anyway, I just want to see how Mordred does in the same context. But her CE is slightly worse. There's so much thunder and lightning going on right now. Zeus, please. This is what we get for Summer 5 not being Olympic themed. The lightning strikes. Hey, this is not the best hand for dealing with this. Very, very frightening, yep. Good old queen, man. Because of Waver's first skill, you could probably give Mordred a way more damage ECE. Because I'm not even using her third skill for God's sake, so. Man, Arthur's NP is still one of my favorites. This one's awesome. The big blast at the end really works. I should probably have buffed a little bit more. Be safe. No rare spawn. I brought all those CEs and we didn't get a rare spawn. Yikes, Mordred got like no poster card. Well, we'll see how she does anyway. First animations are pretty good. It's mainly like in between frames. It kind of goes from like one animation to the other without any between frames, so it looks kind of weird. All these ways to do is touch them up, in my opinion. I don't think they need to like totally redo them, but like adding some in between frames, things that here and there would be really nice. Well, didn't quite get it there, but I kind of blame one RCE and two the lack of cards we had going on there. Hey, look, BM combo. Wonder if you guys can hear any of that thunder and lightning in the background. Alright, I think we gotta do it one more time. More SQ boys. Man, it sounds like gunfire out there, Jesus! I guess we'll just give up on the rare spawn on this one just for sake of having the same thing. Alright, let's see what happens if we do that. We get wrecked on team cost is what? Could give a Rosh a more budget one. He works with the imaginary element. I don't know when the part 2 banner is. Soon-ish, I guess. And Mordred is still so strong. She just... I mean, I've always said this though. All the AoE sabers though are not as strong as like their counterparts though, for like AoE Lancer and some of the other classes and stuff. So you could still buff them. It's just you got something like Attila that's just like crying. Hey, Gabe. Yeah, I don't think anybody likes Hurricane. sees it. I like how we still don't need Mordred's third skill. Actually, Mordred's anti-Artoria niche is actually quite good because Artoria ends up being an enemy a lot. Like, she's been a main story enemy a few times, and then she's in farming stages pretty often, weirdly enough. So it's actually been fairly useful. But it's not like she needs it. Mordred's really good without it because she's just got survivability, debuff removal, the crit thing, like a lot of good damage, high attack stat, all that nonsense. I don't know why I'm making these stars, I don't think we need them, but whatever. See what our crits do this time. Now there's so many saber bases in the game. $200,000 on the crit, okay. Jesus. Yeah, there's plenty of Lancer and Berserker Artorias. Like, we've literally had farming stages against them, and one of them is literally a main, like one of the big main story bosses. And the thing is, there are a lot of stages. Like, I remember, I think it was Guda 2, and there's been other stages like this, and even the Saber Daily, right? Where regular vanilla Artoria is the boss, right? And because Mordred has the anti-Arthur thing, she's basically counterclassing, so you don't actually need to bring an archer. Like, you can easily one-shot, like, that Guda 2. Like, that's one of my oldest videos, was 3-turn farming that Guda 2, like the final farming node where there's Artoria or whatever. I had to farm that a million times because I accidentally burnt the wrong CE, and I had to farm the CE drop 4 times. That was fun. Anyway, never did that again. But yeah, it's like she was able to one-shot that super easy, and then she's AoE, so she killed all the other things, and, you know, made it really easy. And then you've got, you know, obviously all the other Lancer and Berserker variants. Like, yeah, it doesn't pop up all the time, but honestly, it pops up more often than a lot of the other raiden. Who do you think gets their niche more, chat? Sanson or Mordred? Yeah, it's been pretty practical pretty often, and again, even if she's not getting the niche, she's still a really good unit. She has a 30% MP battery, she has a 50%, you know, damage or defense up, and 50% huge. Debuff clear. The debuff clear alone makes her really useful. Then she's got the Star Absorb, Star Gen, Buster up, all that nonsense, and then a crit up too. I don't know why they give her fucking crit up, but you know, fuck it. Okay, I think I don't need to do that stage anymore. I mean, Sanson's niche can be against a boss enemy, and if it's not against a boss enemy, it's useless. Guys, let me hit this trash mob with 10,000 health harder. Oh man, I'm helping. The thing is, I mean, you're really missing the point here, because it's like, she gets so much bonus damage, she's essentially counterclassing in single target. That's the point. That's why they did that. They wanted to make sure, if you're fighting an Artoria, like how I'm saying a Artoria, right? That's like saying you're fighting a Bob, you know, it's a little weird. Anyway, they wanted to make sure if you are fighting Artoria, Mordred can be really good. And she is. That's the point. It's because she gets so much bonus damage that it doesn't matter that she's AoE. or if she's at class neutral. Her bonus damage is so high, she does really well. And then if it is like Lancer or Toria, or a Berserker or Toria, then your damage is just insanity. If this is a forced solo, kind of saw that coming. Look at them giving us the Yang burn thing, but like we don't have a burn command code. Tisk tisk. They're probably not gonna let us use a mystic code, but I know, it's funny, they add so many Artorias into it. What is going on? I could only has 11,000 health. Anyway, they've added so much. What is the fuck is going on right now? I guess this has something to do with the whole mirror thing, like how, you know, we had the lake and everything's mirrored. I'm guessing that's what's going on there. Okay, well. Give me my NP, let's go. That is a lot of defense up. Oh, I do get my Mystic Coat, nice. I didn't get my NP, chat. I am the disappoint. They definitely put more effort into her animations than a lol she'll do. But they put more effort into her animations than the previous welfare, so that's good at least. Pull that guard. Oh, we do get the burn from our NP, okay. Oh, come on! We were gonna have this long slugfest to go for long-term value because, you know, the enemy was doing shit damage too. That would have been fun! Fuck you, game! We could have like this long slugfest and you gotta make sure you're playing it properly in the long run so you get ahead, right? But no. God damn it. Turn off the music. Kill the music, Rex. Well, this is awkward. Anything up here? Nope. Alter ego? What? I hate how, like, they make the player character say some stupid shit every 2 seconds, so you can't just, like, actually get through the story quickly. And you never say anything important, like, oh my god, you're, like, such a fucking moron. Let's go with, oh, there's fucking... I'll Super Hilder, see if that works. It's kind of risky, but, default. Hey, Aerie. Oh, you got Sanson. That's how you reveal Aerie, by the way. That is like the best thing in Halier. So, I have a feeling you're not supposed to beat this stage. Obviously, you could easily handle a 1.5 mil alter ego if you were like really trying, but they're not. They're just not. No fun allowed. Question is, how much can we get done before they run everything? She just removed our fucking battery skill. That wasn't even her, that was like a stage gimmick. It just happens automatically. Lame. Want to buy burn, by the way. We should have used Arjuna's Burning Hilder. Seems to be trying to remove her buffs too. I kind of want to, you know, you could absolutely break this health bar. Fuck. But yeah, you could break that health bar in 3 turns. It's not even that hard. You have a damage CE, all that stuff. Then you can have a pierce of vulnerability CE and stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of ways to. You could easily break that in 3 turns. Like, no problem. Probably ends the stage though. Imagine if you break it or live enough time, it'll just end. Did I just hear a trumpet? That's not really what I would expect in this event. Gotta get the cavalry, you know. "100% serious event." Oh yeah, absolutely. Not a parody at all. Berserker fight, let's go. Actually, let's see if we got Arjuna's. One's way more satisfying because we actually get the burn thing. Man, Arjuna's got the thing MLB, dude. That's so strong. Get the big stats. Look at that. They actually gave one of those guys a custom sprite. That's pretty cool. Kind of sad I was autopilot skipping there. Apparently that's what we're fighting. Just these 3. What a great opening hand, guys. Very strong. I mean, it doesn't matter what the reason is. Like, that's just fluff. Like, people, I don't know why people don't get this. It's like the writers have the intention of making something serious or not from the beginning, right? And then they just make up a reason. And then that reason can be super, like, you know, fourth wall breaking nonsense. Probably should have cast this last turn, but whatever. We're gonna do so much damage here. Look at that! Look how much damage that third buster did. And now they're all dead. Oh, that guy actually lived. For half a second. I miss adult Hans. More alter ego nonsense. Oh, look, it's Hans. I don't think they're gonna do an adult Hans costume because it's too much work. He would need different animations because his height is so different. The only chance we have is the fact that they just updated Hans' animations, so maybe they made a second set for him or something. Or you would just have to twink them. They wouldn't have to be like completely different. You could reuse some of the particle effects and like the minions and that kind of stuff. So, can you bring a full team, or do you have to bring this exactly? I think you have to bring this exactly, but then you can put stuff in the back row. Do we want to see if the stuff they make you bring is good enough to beat it? I kind of want to see. I like how you can move her, but you can't actually... yeah, you can't do anything. But yeah, you're allowed to bring other stuff. We'll see if they can do it, just because it's kind of more fun, so... I suspect there will be debuffs. We'll be thematic. Fuck, if you can beat it just fine, that implies that it's easy, and then I should be getting Omgra and Kubond. Bullshit. Also, am I the only one that likes the idea of Omgra beating the shit out of Kiara? She has evade. Is it just random? I'm not even sure. Let's find out. I don't know what that text is saying. Nice damage there. That animation is so out of place. Like, what the fuck? Takes damage only for AoE and P. That's awfully specific. Oh look, we have all A. Well, no, you doesn't have AoE, but you can burn, guys. Totally good. It's fine. We would have figured it out pretty soon because most of our NPs are AoE, but I don't think this fight is hard enough to matter. But in principle, I've always said this. I don't care if the game tells you. I have no idea if the game tells you or not. But if the game, if this text right here says like, you know, AoE and P works, then I don't care people saying it, right? Because you're supposed to know that. Although I have a feeling it doesn't say that because of the ... I'm pretty sure they're wanting you to puzzle this out because it has the ... out at the end. I'm literally basing that off of the sing triple dot, but I mean, why else would they put that there? We don't need a modal mode, guys. What does it say out of curiosity? I'm kind of curious. We don't need a mode only mode. Yeah, it's fine. No, open anything. Bubbles! Is that a Binia mode? I don't even know. Alright. Not Brunhilde's beloved, by the way. Yeah, the stage 3 is kind of meh. I don't really care for it.
たまにはこういうのもね。朝日勝負ご長蘭あれゴンフィグ調整ミス
I feel like saying you is not really that big of a deal.
朝日勝負ご長蘭あれ
NP game, let's go.
いざ出陣 VR 新影竜奥義巴が吹き太陽
Guys, imagine trying to be like a big serious boss and you get VR'd in the face.
剣巴ファイヤー仏道無常聖願上主情なくして浄土
This NP is so boring.
その苦しみが我が楽しみニルマーガラティヘブンズコー手投げでしょお行きなさい
This music kind of fits for underwater, actually. Doesn't really fit for the fight, but something with long lines of maybe with a wide range attack. Yeah, it's pretty much implying you need to. Give me that burn effect. That's not a taunt, that's a that's like her rank up thing, makes your skills more powerful. Do her legs look wrong there? Like you see it from the side, so it's hard to notice, but I'm pretty sure her legs are like facing the wrong way there. Like that looked pretty fucking painful, like bone-breaking painful. Get her having guts, we have to do a whole nother NP again. Okay, game, now you're just being annoying. It would have been a lot easier if I had brought a CE that gave damage. Like our Mystic Code hasn't done a damn thing. Yeah, we don't get the burn. She's keep up again.
幻と知りながら求めるなんて私が大きいのか皆様が小さいのかこれしきほう書き消えてしまいます
Kind of bad if Tomoe dies because yeah, she has her NP. Feels bad. Actually, I think we lose because we're gonna have to NP twice, and there's like no way we're gonna NP twice. Well, we might. We'll see. It'll be close. Alright, she has that, so we could like, okay, she's dead. Bonk. I assume Abigail is still going to be the final boss of this event. So does this take place near Salem or something? Kind of what it seems like. Oh yeah, BB's a thing in this event too. I don't know if they'd make her the final boss though, to be honest, because she was the final boss of Summer 3, so I don't know, it'd be kind of weird to do that again. I'm sure she'll be a boss, but I guess we'll see. But yeah, I kind of think it'd still be Abigail. Or some other shit. Bin K. Oh, that's a good point, Rex. I guess I wouldn't really be surprised if they made her the final boss again. I'm guessing this is the Spriggan one, because I know there's a mission to kill 3 Spriggans, so... I don't get why they did the whole mirror thing, though. Like, I mean, for lore reasons, sure, but in terms of, like, actually making the stages playable again, but being the same was kind of weird. Well, the challenge quests normally aren't like the final boss. They normally don't even have lore behind them. They're normally just they're kind of somewhat thematic, but they're kind of just there, just cause. Daddy's like not very helpful, but whatever. I mean, the second banner's obviously gonna be, you know, Tomoe, Awawa, and Abigail. I don't think there's gonna be anything Hans related, unfortunately. Now maybe there's a side thing, maybe there's a costume. I feel like if they ever do adult Hans, it's probably gonna be later down the line. Either that or there will be a costume, but I think it's gonna be later down the line. I hope I'm wrong, but we'll see. Freaking monkeys, by the way. There's hope though, because I mean, look at how long it took them to add Gareth. Although we still don't have Summer Bedivere. And wasn't he in this event again? Like, they've used Summer Bedivere like every freaking summer event since Summer 3, and they never make it a costume because they're cowards. Oh hey, look, we get our anti-giant damage. And we get our first skill. We'll do something here. I'll take it. I don't really feel like Awawa's design is really all that sexual compared to like literally every other fucking summer servant ever, right? Like that's not really the one I would pick out of the crowd. Oh hi, I almost said Lobo, but Flubu. Also, I mean, let's be real about this. I mean, most swimsuits in real life and in game and everything else are kind of designed to be attractive. That's kind of the point. So, I don't really like summer servants all that much, and it's mainly just because I don't care as much about all the silly stuff, and it's just not really my cup of tea. But I don't really care. I'm not like insulted by it, and it's not weird if you're doing a summer theme to have characters, you know, wearing stuff like that. That's kind of what you expect, really. And I'd like to say, to be honest, I don't really know what Awawa's summer design looks like, even though I've seen it several times. I don't really remember, but I don't remember it being anything abnormal for a summer event. Oh, thank you for the gifted sub, man. I'm sorry, or resub. I'm confused. Thank you for the resub for 4 months. How do you say this? Ramafal? Valentine, I can handle that part. Oh yeah, wait, that's Guilty Gear. What am I saying? We had this conversation last time, actually. I don't know how it's already been that long though. Thank you for the resub for 4 months. Appreciate it. Alright, I think we gotta do that stage 2 more times at least.
いらっしゃいマスターくん。カタログはこっちだよ。退屈。夏の行楽は
What did this stage drop? Oh, everything. Okay. We'll grab Chainsaw, why not? Alright, we'll give it to Finn. We gave Frix a bunch of FP earlier. Those skill ranks, though! I take it back. Sorry, Finn. Although I don't blame you. I don't max my waiver skills either because I don't really use them, so... Mine's like 1099 or something like that. I don't even remember. Wait, did the rare spawn on the first wave? That's different. That actually kind of fucks things up though. Especially because we got no buster cards. I shouldn't have done a couple more cards there. I mean, they might just do Halloween again, but they could just do Saber Wars 3, because, I mean, Saber Wars was basically their Halloween event. And, they were obviously baiting a sequel at the end of Summer... Did I say Summer Wars? Sorry, Saber Wars. Anyway, yeah, Saber Wars 2 really baited Saber Wars 3 in, like, the last second, so... But, it's not like Saber Wars 2 happened 1 year after Saber Wars 1. They waited, like, what, 3 years or something? So who knows when they're gonna do Saber Wars 3. Oh, that monkey beat the shit out of Arthur. Don't really need all these buffs, I would think, but I don't think they're gonna give a welfare for. I mean, dude, I don't know, some of it, like, I think they were, even before all the COVID stuff, I don't want to hear that as an excuse. They were just so. Last year was ridiculous. Like, we had so few welfares, we had so little main story, it was just reruns, like, it was crazy, man. But yeah, they've been really phoning it in, so I'm kind of worried this year is just gonna be more of the same, and they're just gonna phone it in even more. But we'll just have to see. More Liz? Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, the last thing we said, as far as I'm aware, is that we're not doing more Liz-based Halloween events. Now, they might, you know, change that down the road, but... I have not been paying attention to the mission credit, but I'm assuming I need to do this one more time. Potentially more, though. There's probably a mission to kill monkeys. I would prefer a single target quick caster, because there's so little single target stuff. But we don't need a welfare single target caster. We need a good single target caster that actually has a single target multiplier, you know, nice AoE Medea. Anyway, we need a proper single target multiplier DPS caster that's in the FP summon. They've got to be in the FP summon. It's just absurd that we don't have one. 5 years in, by the way. Like, it's just stupid. We brought all this spawn rate up, and we didn't get the extra spawn. I could see them adding another Camilla someday, but I don't think anytime soon because they got 2 versions of her. I don't think they're gonna be like going crazy to add a third in 5 seconds. really sucks about shooting is I don't. First of all, she's not quite as good as a single target caster as one might hope. She's fine, like, she's totally fine, but also I just don't like her at all. So for me, it doesn't work out so good. But yeah, you know, welfares are nice, but they're not half as free-to-play friendly as something in FP Gacha. Like, sure, they're free-to-play friendly. You know, you don't have to, you know, you don't have to do anything to get them. They're just free, and then generally they get re-ran, so you have 2 shots at them, and then maybe they get an aiming or loot, so you have like shots at them. But like, they're as free-to-play friendly as they can be. They're just not as friendly as something in FP Gacha. FP is like the most free-to-play friendly thing ever, and that's why we need something like Medea that's actually single target. Yeah, Lancer U's pretty good. She's not like, wow, this is such a strong unit, but she's good because she does the job that a single target Lancer needs to do. Like, if you're a new account and you get her, you know, she's gonna be very helpful. Giving out a free 3-star is free-to-play friendly, but you have to get that far, right? And maybe if you need them before that. Like, for example, let's say they add a... Let's say when you beat Lost Belt 6, you get a 3-star single-target caster as a reward, but then there's story locks, like Bedivere is. That's not very helpful, because for all that content before Lost Belt 6 where you need one, you haven't gotten it yet, right? So that FP is like the ultimate way, because you can just always get it at any point in the game. Now, you could make it like David. You get David as a reward for beating Oceanus, right? But David's also in FP Summon. So that's like the best. If you have both, and it's like, oh, you get a free copy just for playing the game, and then you can get other copies through FP and things like that. Like, that's really good. Okay, according to this, I don't have any other missions here. Yeah, I think we're out of missions again. Yep, we are. Like, over the last, like, 3 days, they've added 3 missions. Yeah, it looks like how you get the extra copies of You is they're gonna have like these side bosses or something like that are post the final like story boss, where you fight like Amakusa and Ishtar and stuff like that, and then you get a copy of You for beating those from these missions. Guess we'll jump on the ult account here. Still no CE, by the way. It still isn't the final chapter because, you know, there's no chest reward, so we got a little... I think the final will be on the 26th or the 27th. Seems like kind of a long event in terms of story. And even these aren't as useful anymore. The Shanko keys. I'll probably end up buying them though. I'm probably gonna have leftover resources, I would think. But, you know, I'm gonna buy these because even though I've got a lot of XP on this account, Canis is about to get level 100, so. Yeah, I'm sure I'm gonna buy all of this stuff eventually though. Alright, let's go to the old count. So I missed chat for a good bit there, so if anyone asks me anything, you might need to ask it again, because I wasn't paying attention. I don't know what's wrong with me there, I kind of just zoned the hell out. Who needs to read stream chat in the stream? Boy, is that window not sized correctly. Man, there's so many units that need so many bones. This is what it is. Caster Q's really good. Like I always say, people want him to be a single target caster, and he's like so good at AoE that he's almost like that, and he's kind of better than Medea as a single target nuker. But for an AoE caster, he's really good. Actually, one of the better 3-stars. Like if you need a caster and you're doing 1 to 3-star stuff, Caster Q's pretty much top of the line. Where the hell are we in the story right now on this account? I have absolutely no idea. I need to change U's stage art, stage 1 and 2, stage 1, 2, 3, and they all look the same, but I like it better than stage 4. Well, this is gonna be easy. Guys, imagine fighting these like poultry enemies like with such low health and everything. You're like busting out A and shit. But yeah, this is necessary. That was Goodbye Thinker. It's a like remix of an Armored Core song by OT Remixes. They did like a whole like album that was like based on Armored Core stuff. Can Achilles handle it? He's like the one's gonna have the hardest time here. Yeah, I think he got it. Oh, this account's not too far behind then. We'll catch up in no time here. I mean, it's almost like I've been playing this game for years and rolling on the same servants over and over again. Also, Gilgamesh and Gwaine were rated up at the same time way back in the day. Well, we didn't kill the thing. Feels bad. Fuck, Gwaine ruined everything. Run is ruined. Delete account. Fucking throw phone in the trash. Time to play Grand Blue Fantasy. Yeah, obviously the longer you play, the more you get, but also this account literally does nothing but roll on Achilles and Gilgamesh. Like, that's literally all it does. That background reminds me of, there's like a pyramid chunk in Ninja Gaiden Black. That's like what the inside kind of looks like. Very scary music. Oh yeah. Petrifying. Is this when they mirror unlocks? Yep. This is so dumb. Like, this was time gated and then you got nothing else but that. That's so silly. That was pretty cool that we did this with Hercules. It's actually calming down. It's still like raining and a little thundery, but it's calmer now. Let's see, who do you want to try it with now? So if you do it with someone that's not like Hercules, obviously, you know, you're gonna have to be careful of her in P. Might use one of my own people. Oh, you know what we do, chat. This is. Oh, I know. Hold on. I gotta switch accounts real quick. This is mean and this is unnecessary, but I know what we're doing. I'm gonna be curious if anyone guesses this before I do it. Well, Abigail removes buffs, period. She's got a skill that just removes her buffs. Alright. It's perfect. I could have made this worse. I could have, like, you know, done command codes, but I didn't want to take the time to do command codes. But, guys, I think we're gonna win. Look at this opening hand. God, deep names. Oh my god, I get so sick of comments like that, dude. Fucking 98%, dude. The question is she even gonna survive this? Nope. Yeah, probably not. We'll see. We don't have an event bonus or anything. We're not using the event CE. I assume she's a threat to humanity. I haven't checked, but I would imagine she is. So. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she is. That was a little bit of damage. That fucking class neutral, by the way. Yeah, that was easy. Oh, I love it, man. That's a face. Alright, let's get some of these missions done real quick. We got plenty of apples to go around. Probably don't need rare spawns. Yeah, we'll grab chainsaws. Probably switch out Gwaine, but I always like seeing if I can make this setup work because I use this setup. So okay, hold on. I am so tired of that you fucking stage being in 4. That's better. Oh, she's already bond 5, so I don't need to burn her anymore. You know, just be chaotic, we'll make that one 2. And then this one's 3. What the hell needs bond on this account? I think Mozart's bond 10 now. Wait, is he? I don't know. Let me look. Actually, I think he's not bond 10 yet. I guess we'll work on Mozart then. Always nice to have a bond 10 Mozart. No, Phantom's obviously not bond 10. It's not very useful. I don't think his bond CE does anything worth a fuck. I don't know why I didn't use Gil's other Buster card, but... Alright, let's see how our boy does. Okay, he's got that. Wow, 11k. Non-crit. I'll take it. He might fail on this one. We might need to change the team to be a bit better, but fuck it. Phantom nerfs himself so he can finish the class and all. Oh wow, we're way short. Achilles, no. Yeah, I hope the Demon Soldier make is good too, but I don't have a lot of faith. Wait, did we fight this on the other account? Did I miss this stage? I think I would have remembered fighting a Tiger Tank. I don't remember this at all. What? I guess if we did it with Romulus and everything. I don't remember this at all. Yeah, it could be the rare mob, I guess. They're not servants, man. Feels bad. Yeah, that's leaving something to be desired there. Those are so creepy, man. And they're not even creepy for like spooky reasons. It's just like, it's just weird. Like, why do they have mining hats? Look at them with the low hit counts. Well, someone's gonna get smacked. Wow. They did not want to suffer a scatty to live, I guess. Okay, well that was not a very good setup for this. Alright, let's see. This one's the only other one we need to do.
また暑い夏がやってきました。
Achilles should wear a helmet. You're way safer. Although he's got that whole anti, shield thing, so. I like how Ricky Boy calls Canis out for not wearing enough clothing. It's pretty funny. Gilgamesh versus Lancers, and they are not serpents. I think I forgot to use one of my buffs. Whoa, okay, Gwen. There's one less Lancer to worry about. I don't think he said anything about not wanting to look at her. I think it was more like calling her an exhibitionist, basically. I don't think we need this extra buff, but... Quite sad, Cat. We're probably not going to see Ricky Boy again in the main story for years. Maybe in 3.0, maybe, but at least we'll see him in events every once in a while, I figure. This is so much overkill damage. Every once in a while they use... Well, you know what? We'll probably see him at the end. I bet you at the end of 2.0, like the big finale, we'll probably see him again then, I bet. Oh, wow, we didn't actually kill the ghost. It's just they don't... Like, because he has such an important role in Lost Belt 5 and stuff, they're not gonna want to just bring him back in the main story again, like, really quickly. Because although they've used Mordred several times, she plays an incredibly minor role in every single story. Like, she's not important at all in any of them, so like I don't think they really care. But with like Ricky having such a big role there, and with him like dying and everything, I don't think they're gonna just like bring him back to the main story really quickly. Like, I'm sure they'll probably use him again eventually, but yeah, I think they'd use him at the end, like the kind of Solomon equivalent. Wow, the rare mob didn't spawn. Boo. Oh, I think we have another stage. Yeah, we do. I think this was the Spriggan one? I should probably change my setup. Was the Spriggan one or Berserker one? This is the... There was the Vlad one and the Lubu one. I don't remember which the fuck was which. Whatever, we'll just wing it. Go for air spawn again. Now we'll go chainsaw. I'm lazy. Let's see. This team name's not accurate anymore. You know what's so sad? Although I don't think I've done Ku's buff yet. Yeah, wow, I haven't done Ku's buff yet on this account. I need to do that. But it's like, Proto-Ku has always been like my guy on this account, right? Like, we grailed him right off the bat. We've 2K fo'd him. Like, he's just been like a focus of this account big time. And then regular Ku really hasn't been, right? Because he's the focus of the other account. But now that Ku's just so buffed and everything, even though I've been working on Proto-Ku, and he's got way more 2K foe items and all that kind of stuff, like he's max, I'm pretty sure. And Ku's not at all. That regular Ku is so much better. Like, I've been working on Proto-Ku for so long, and then regular Ku just kind of walks in here and is better. Feels bad, man. Gonna use Proto-Ku anyway. Actually, let me check. I want to see. I haven't managed this account in some time. Yeah, he's totally max. He's 2K. Yeah, this Ku ends up being way stronger. That's bad, dude. Where's Gwen at? 1.4 for the most part. I spread out my foe items in this account a lot. Wow, she's pretty far along. He might be my next Grail target. I might take him to 100. Very tempting. Yeah, they really need to buff Proto-Ku. Hopefully they'll do it at some point. Let's see how Arash does. Okay, I was using him on the other account. So I should use Masashi for the end, I just don't want to. Is Achilles Bond 10? I don't think my Achilles is Bond 10, so we'll bring him. I want to say he's like Bond 9. Even against Beasts, regular Ku is better by quite a lot, honestly. Just so much more survivability, and then Ku's attack up kind of offsets the Beast thing. The Beast thing is still better, but it's not good enough. But Proto-Ku's performance against Beasts is still really good, sure, but regular Ku is still better. Outside of a certain... Unless you need just specifically burst damage. If you need specifically burst damage, then... like for farming or something, but like in a challenge quest or whatever where like, you know, survival versus damage really matters. Yeah, and like a Grailed Ku is very comparable to even the top of the line 5-star Lancers. I still think in a lot of situations Enkidu is better. Like Enkidu is just disgusting, but a Kook is very, very comparable. And even when Ku's not Grailed, like Jesus, he's still really good. This stage is not what I thought it was at all. I thought this was the Spriggan one. Well, hey, it's a beast. I guess there's that. What's sad is though that's not really that much more damage than Ku would do if Ku had his attack buff and Scatty also buffing him. Like, Proto-Ku's is higher, but Ku's broken, man. Thankfully, Proto-Ku's still good, though. It's not like he's a shitty 3-star or anything. Proto-Ku is still a great 3-star, so... it's at least that. And you can always use them together, so... Something I think would be a really nice need for Proto-Ku is if he actually made the debuff resistance on his first skill way higher. Like, when combined with his magic resist, I think it should just be 100%. That way, that kind of makes up for him not having Ku's debuff clear. So then when you want like preventative stuff, he's actually really good. That hype music. Alright, let's see. We're gonna do something to get this stage. Don't remember what. We'll figure it out later. Let's catch up on the main story. Oh yeah, this is like the super pointless stage that doesn't matter at all. Stage could have been really cool, man. Why do I have 17 messages on Discord? Something going on? See if I can get my MP quick. Normally when I get that many messages, it's because something stupid happens. It's generally the, This is feeling a lot like last time. With almost getting my NP, but not. Yeah, this stage really is not worthy of the replica music management there. I like how it's a gimmick, so she's able to do it while stunned. I wonder if you use command spells if you could beat this in time. I doubt it. Well, you'd have to use command spells and then like turn off the game for a day and then use a fourth command. You basically have to NP every single turn. Max out your U. Did they like? This is an insane thing to say, but did they let you 2K foe a temporary U? Because you could do a lot. If they do, there's a lot of little things you could do to like get a lot done in those 3 turns. Okay, you would not need to wait a day. You could just use the 3 command spells. So you could 2K foe your U. Get her to max level, give her command codes, like the flat damage, that 1000 flat damage command code would be good. I'm not sure if you controlled your CE or not there, but you can do flat damage CE. Hey, thank you for the Twitch Prime, dude. Was it avocado? Thank you, yeah, thank you for the Twitch Prime, dude. But yeah, then you 2k foe and all that nonsense. You command spell every turn, so you NP every turn. You might be able to win that in time. But yeah, she's only NP 1. Does definitely limit you quite a bit. I mean, look, I'm curious if what you're allowed to do with the temporary. It looks like you're not allowed to give them the command codes. Oh god, all these weird fucking filters. What about command card? Why is it giving me the tutorial for this? I've literally maxed Gwen's Buster card here. Like, what? Looks like you're not able to do that either. I bet you can 2k foe though, because you can 1k foe. What the fuck is going on with these filters? I don't think I have any 2k foes on me. Actually, she's not fully 1k foed, so I can't see. Rip. That's true on the rerun. I bet you the rerun still makes you bring the temporary one though. Because on the rerun, you'll have yours that's like, can be maxed out, so it could be 10 to 10, NP5, 2k foed, all that nonsense, level 100 even. But I bet you these still make you bring the one that they give you from the rerun, which is complete bullshit, but I bet you that's what they do. Feels bad. Because yeah, you can do the flat damage, command code, all that stuff. Command card boost. Was this the Kiara one? I think it is, but it's the first one. I kind of want to try to do a fuckload of damage to her just because. Let's see, she has invulnerability and evade, so you have to have your vulnerability here. I should have done this on my main account. My main account has way better options for doing this kind of thing. Let me look at what we're fighting here, or what we have unit-wise. Let's see. God, it should be her. She has piercing vulnerability naturally. I haven't done her NP upgrade though because you have to beat Shimosa to do it. So you have 3 turns. Let me check something on Kiara real quick. Oh, it's Moon Cancer, not Alter Ego. What am I saying? Crap, she doesn't have Divinity. Feels bad. I was thinking about doing. I might do Martha anyway. But if Martha had her 3rd skill, I should Grail Martha to 90. I use her enough, and she's pretty cool. I should probably Grail Martha to 90, then Grail Blood Axe. And I kind of want to Grail Vlad to 90 too, though, like extra Vlad. Man, I don't know what to do. Too many things to Grail, man. Let's see, if we did Martha. Is she an event servant? She is, but a pretty minor one. Yeah, we'll try Martha. So we'll go with, I guess Merlin shenanigans. Wish we had Ox King, but good enough. Alright, so we have 3 turns. Can I get away with doing poster girl shenanigans? How hard did this boss hit? I don't think she hit that hard. We could bring Beastly's Martha, but the issue is this account doesn't have a lot of support. I could use Waver, we got Shakespeare and Shin Gong. I don't know if this account's Shin Gong is max. I'm thinking it's not. Feels bad. Yeah, he's not. Gotta fix that. I gotta fix that soon, actually. I'm just trying to think if I can get away with... I guess you use Pinth. She's 40% and she dies really easily. that is, I think it's 100% damage up right now. Probably the best we're gonna get. Wait, we need Pierce Vulnerability though. Shit. This is where Calamity Jane would be nice. What do I have on this account for Pierce Vulnerability? Oh, you have Ox King? Okay, hold on, let me grab that. I really should have done this on my main account. Our options are so much better there. But, the main issue is Pierce Vulnerability. This account doesn't actually have good ways of doing that. I'm trying to think if I have anything Buster related with Pierce Vulnerability. If only we had the Yang CE. Because then I just slap a burn command code on her. The Valentine CE with Ilya and Irie. I don't know if I have that. I don't even remember that. Let's see. And I get like Decapitating Bunny, and I know I have some CEs with I have CEs with Pierce Vulnerability. Like I do have it. They're just not ones that would really boost their damage much. Oh yeah, the Nazosh one has that's got like Buster up. That's okay. I'm not sure I did only land on this account. Let me see. Yeah, Tusk actually uses that. And there's Decapitating Bunny. There's that one. What's this do? Is that NP damage? If it's NP damage, it's pretty good. I would have thought I would have done only land on this account, but I'm not sure. It's pretty weak. I think the only land one is better if we have it. Let's see. Oh yeah, this one's a nice one for sure hit and art users. Okay, there's that one. That one is, I think it's Buster 10%. Not much different. I think I'll go with this one though, just because it our normal cards will do more damage. I feel like that's better. I don't know. I don't think this is gonna be enough damage. We shall see though. Okay, if Pint dies, we can bring in Waver, then switch Mystic Code in one more buffer. Probably do it like that. What does this account have? Chingong would be the one, but he's not next. This account does not have Nightingale. I'm thinking Shakespeare. At least we get battery off that. And the battery's actually kind of nice. The CE won't really matter. I guess Carp. Last slot's not gonna matter, just bring someone for Bond. Alright, we might have to cut Pence because I'm not sure she's actually gonna die in time. I think this boss kinda hits like a wuss. I probably could max it now, I don't know. This is, again, my ult account, so I don't really keep track of what it has, like, mat-wise. I don't farm on it much, though, so I would not be surprised if I don't have, like, the caster gems or something. Oh, yeah, she's gonna remove Ox King. Boo! Oh man, that means we can't really use Pinth actually. Because she's gonna remove Pinth's buffs. Damn. Unless we had like a way to do, you know, buff removal resistance, we can't stop that. Yeah, there's no point in bringing Pinth in. Just for science, we'll see how much damage the boss does. Pen special though. Oh, that won't do any damage, so I should have done the Martha attack. Yeah, might as well do like 20-30 actually, because we're not gonna go boom on turn 1, so. Well, his hint does die if you want to. Let me think. We should use a debuffer then. You know, that might clear her debuffs though. But we'll try that. We'll see if that is a thing. Because yeah, she has no problem killing your taunt. At least if they're a berserker anyway. Let me think. Well, there's Blood Axe. You have less turns though, because Blood Axe only lasts 2 turns. You could do something like, you know, Asterios. We'll try Blood Axe, because I think if you do Asterios, you'd have to use Merlin's NP charge, and then you'd lose the attack buff. So I think we just do Blood Axe, even though it's not that much damage. It's something. Because yeah, I can NP the next turn. Shame I don't have Ox King. I have Ox King on my main, but I don't have it on my ult. I didn't want to do go west twice. I was just like, fuck that. I mean, can you blame me? I hate that event so much. It's so boring. Yeah, I'm worried it clears her debuff, so we won't be able to stack here. We'll find out. It didn't kill! It doesn't. Okay, that'll work though. Let me try that again. She doesn't clear the debuffs, so we can still buff stack. That's awesome. Debuffs for the save. God, I wish I'd done this on my main account, and my Switch Mystic code is ranked 10 over there. We have units that have more Pierce Vulnerability CEs and units that give Pierce Vulnerability. Blood Axe mad, by the way. Not a particularly good opening hand, but we'll deal with it. There we go. Alright, let me think. I think we switch out Merlin because we could actually get Shakespeare's NP, although that doesn't really matter though. We're just gonna do Martha's Buster card there, I would think. I don't think it really matters who we switch. Alright, let's see what we get here. I don't know. She's only in P2, level 80, not getting her third skill. I don't know. Hey, Space with the reset for 10 months. Thank you. I don't think I got that name right, but you know, what do you want? That's not gonna be enough. Not at all. I actually kind of expect she's taking reduced damage here. I still think it's doable though, but I don't know if it's gonna be doable on this account. Let me look at my DPS. I don't think this account could do it. I definitely think my main account could though. My god, I can go pretty bananas on my main account. Yeah, she is just in P2 level 80, that's true. Let's see, what other options do we have? Well, one, we could always use someone else's DPS if we think there's something that's better. And then we'd use... let me look at my Chin Gong real quick. Yeah, the Yang CE would be good. Can you slap a burn on her? Alright, where's or a few burns, if any, really, because we want to make sure we get it. We only got 2 turns to get it, so. The problem with Chen is he only gives 10% battery instead of 20%. Like, Chen is really good for Berserkers, but for a non-Berserker, he's not nearly as good as Marlin. And even for a Berserker, he's not as good as Marlin. Problem with damage CE is no piercing vulnerability. The damage CE would be right if your unit has piercing vulnerability, or you have a support that's giving it. But yeah, with what we're doing, I don't think it's right. This account doesn't have Sherlock. And he would not be good here. There's so many reasons that would not... Well, you could make him good on a different setup, but for what we're doing, that would not be good at all. Might be worth it, though, if the DPS unit was just that good. And you got an MLB. I'm jealous. Double Martha, let's go. Alright, let's see. So NP gain's a bit of an issue now. We have less NP gain. I think we'll be alright. I wish I had bothered to do this on my main. There's a lot of fun to be had here. Not much I can give Chen that's going to be helpful. Although, wait a minute, we can be greedy and we can do the Chen thing, but it would only work if we're cycling debuffers. Like, we can technically get one more in. Let me think. Hold on. It'd have to be another debuffer, though. I'm not sure this account has another good debuffer. And the debuffs have to last 3 turns. We got Matahari. She's not ranked up on this account. Fuck, I don't think this account has what it needs to take advantage of Chen cycle here. See, normally I could just use, like, you know, someone's charisma or whatever, but because it has to be debuffs, I don't think I have anything all that great. Shit, that sucks. Fuma, I'm not sure what we got on Fuma. You kind of need Fuma's, I think his defense sounds based on the 3rd skill rank. Let me look. I don't think that's going to be very good. And this adds a lot of RNG. It doing it this way. You really want it to be worth it. Yeah, his defense down right now is not big enough. It's not worth it. Extra RNG. You know, worth though mode indeed. That area mode though. Area's got us covered. Does this account have 2030? I know it was like the one. Yeah, it does. It was like the one 5-star like default 5-star CE we just did not get. I think we got it recently. I feel like I can do better than this. This is not. This is pretty meh. I'm pretty sure, don't you have to level up Santa Nightingale? I would imagine the resistance probably does work, although it might be a 500% chance to remove. They do that for gimmicks all of the time. But I'd have to level her, and my ult account is not leveled her. It is on her first skill though. I know it's not. It's the second skill. And yeah, you have to level it to 10. I'm not leveling her skills to 10 right now. Yeah. Oh my God. She takes like 60 stems and fucking 60 bullets. Yeah. No thanks. I'll pass on that. We'll try this, but I feel like this is going to be woefully short. Well, it didn't work. Yeah, it must be 500% chance to remove buffs then. That doesn't. I'm not shocked that they did that. Let's see, we actually could give Ox our different CE. We could just give Taunt from Chingong to Blood Axe. There's not much we could give him that'd be helpful though. Just like 20-30 or something, like that's about it. We couldn't do too much. We could do MP Charge on Death. Yeah, we could do that if we end up falling short. Well, there's our burn. I think we got enough here. Oh yeah. Only our third skill worked, man. Oh, is someone Martha rated up on NA tomorrow or something? If she is, I really recommend, if you like Martha at all, I would try to get her because she is very useful. And she got a lot of rate-ups in the early years of the game, but she hasn't had any rate-ups in a while, so. And not only is she a fun unit and everything, but she's really practical in my opinion. Like, she will carry your ass in Lost Belt 5 Part 2. Like, she's effective against every single boss there. Not only does she get her third skill, so she gets huge damage, but almost every boss in Lost Belt 5 Part 2 has a debuff gimmick. So her debuff immunity is really good, and then she's tanky against all of them. There's a lot of, like I said in my tier list video, her third skill actually comes up more often than any counter class does. There are more things that are demon, undead, or divine than there are any singular class. So it's really common to be able to get her third skill, and then she's also tanky a lot and debuff resistance and all that stuff. She's just a really nice backup DPS, right? She's one of the most universally helpful units you could have in Lost Belt 5 Part 2, I think, for most accounts.
激しくいくのね。
Might fix T in a second to cough in a bit. This is kind of interesting. Much stronger Martha, but way weaker buffers. I think that'd be interesting to compare. I expect we'll do more damage. I just don't think it's going to be enough. I need to get a bit more. Oh yeah, look at that CE too though. The CE is so much better. The CE is a really big damage boost. Forgot about that. And it's better, but that's still not enough. Oh Jesus. If we honestly just had like better units, like, because you could put Aux King on like waiver and things like that. There's other like and just again better buffers and shit. Like they could definitely work. We crit on this turn. Nah, we don't have the buffs anymore. We do a lot of damage this turn, but it's not enough. Well, I doubt this account can do it, to be honest. I don't know, maybe if we summon a different DPS. There probably is a different DPS we could summon that probably could do it. But, I don't think this account quite has what it needs. Not bad though. Lol, she didn't get to NP because of the just ends in 3 turns. Yeah, my main absolutely could have done that though. So I could have done everything we just did, but like way better. Way more support. I don't really care for either of the NPs, to be honest. Like, I don't hate Abigail's, it's just, I'm like, eh. It's kind of whatever. And then Kiara's is just boring. I think I probably dislike Kiara's more, to be honest. Kiara's just, it feels like all this build up and then nothing happens. It's like, oh, okay, whatever. Nah, Martha's better than Luvia there, because Luvia's about long-term, like, loopy bullshit. And you can't really do that there, because you lose your buffs every turn. And then Martha does her defense down from her NP first, and all that kind of stuff, so Martha's definitely better. Although that account, I guess, probably had more art support than it had buster support. Yeah, but the thing is, Abigail does more than walk down the stairs, right? You got the stuff going on in the background, and then you got the door opening and violence and all that kind of stuff. So I think Abigail's is definitely better, but it's not great. Or Kiara's is just like, both of Kiara's are like a snores fest. Also, I kind of expect Abigail's gonna have another NP, but we'll see. I have no idea what this stage is. I don't remember. Spooky guys. That's true, Luvia does get the evil thing, but that's not that much better than the defense down that Martha does. Like, it's better, but then Martha's also got the upgraded NP, although Luvia's got more damage skills. I think Martha was getting her attack up there, but Luvia gets like the art up and stuff. It'd be close. But I don't think there's no way the difference on that account that I'm using here, I don't think the difference would be 300k, like no way. And Martha also gets those huge buster crits. But we could use Mozart though, and that would be nice. So it might do a little bit better, but I don't think it would be I don't think it's gonna be a 300k difference. We should have tested it though, just to see, because you know theory crafting's great. The best thing you can do is just do the damn thing and see what happens. Dude, my main account though could have done. I could do double Merlin, all that kind of nonsense, and I got Ox King, and my Switch is 10. I'm quite confident I could do that on my main. There's probably some DPS too that you could use that aren't counterclassing, and it'd be totally fine. Yeah, I wish I had put more thought into it on my main. I kind of just blew by it and was like, yeah, whatever. But yeah, it's kind of fun. Nice round last. The double cast Tori Alluvia would definitely work. Like that would definitely work. And you can get in another buffer too. So actually 2 other buffers. We got like a debuffer. Oh yeah, and I got maxed out Matahari and MLB K-Scope. I can MLB K-Scope on Matahari so she can do the NP debuff as well if I want to. Although that one only lasts 1 turn, but still. Honestly, if we could have cycled another buffer with Chen Gong, that we could have done it on that account actually, now that I think about it. Like if I had leveled up my Matahari skills, we probably could have done it with well no, we might have gone over 100% defense down cap actually, so that wouldn't have helped that much. That's where you need Buster Resist down. That's what we needed. Someone to do Buster Resist down. Like, you know, Darius or some shit. Wait, I could have done that. I think this. Well, my mana can do that. I don't know if my ult has Darius or not. Kirby would be Beast. Lol. I kind of agree with that. Actually, a Foreigner. Yeah, it'd probably be Foreigner. He's technically alien. He's from like, even in his own universe, he's from like a different planet and he crash lands and all that, so yeah, Foreigner actually. It's kind of bullshit, but yeah. Foreigner is such a stupid class, by the way. I wonder if I could make that work in time. Probably. Is he a bonus servant? I wonder if he's gonna show up at the end of this event. He is. I swear they better have him show up at the end of this event. Okay, hold on. I've kept the meme alive for so long, but if I'm actually going to use him, we should probably kill the meme.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on, I have to get XP cards, 1 second. I've somehow fucked up my filter where I'm like, unselectable things are in there, it's super annoying. Wait, what did I give my XP to? Oh, I must have given it to you. I forgot to buy the summon tickets. I could have used those on Brynhilder when she was solo rated up. Whoops! Chat, you didn't see a damn thing. We just miraculously got those. It was from a login reward. Yeah. That could have been another Kiara. Let's hope not. She gets another solo rate up though, so we'll just use him on then. What the fuck is going on with my filter right now? Feels good, man. Throw that QP in the furnace, indeed. Fucking sucks, man. The amount of QP I'm using right now is just fucking brutal. I'm gonna have to start doing dailies. I so rarely play this account, but I'm gonna have to start just doing QP dailies to catch up. Because let's say they add, you know, a 5-star at Lost Belt 6 or something, you know. Got my green boy ready, though. Alrighty. That was a lot of QP. Let's see. So I could just give him like K-Scope and have him MP right off the bat, you know, or you can give him the event CE. I think we'll give him a high starting MP though. Just in case of an emergency, and he needs to bond anyway. I should bring Mozart too for bond. Alright. Hey, I just realized I got you and Horse Bendo on the same account. I finally did it. Like, I know so many people that were always fucking this shit up when it comes to like the pair servants like that. I don't have normal you though. I only got summer you. Doesn't exactly count, but it kind of counts. I'm curious what that skill name is because I know she got a different gimmick than the other two did. He's calling for backup. Fuck. Let's try using me to debuffs. I actually want to know if Piercing Vulnerability works here. I think it doesn't because that weird text comes up, so I'm guessing you have to AoE and P. Yep. Wonder what that says. That's the first time they've ever done that in the game. So I probably could have given him a damage up CE, but oh well. All right. Fucking love this NP, by the way. Like, is anyone surprised that I used my free 5-star in this guy? Like, Jesus. Look at this shit. Only 59k though. This is still gonna take a while. Doesn't have much damage up. Give me those art cards, yeah. Let's see.
田島様直伝です承知
VR time. I should have changed where I put you. I wasn't thinking about the long term at all because now Yu's gonna come back and Yu's pointless here because he's a single target.
まとめて一掃いたします VR 新影流奥義巴が淵太陽編
The face when you have Brynhilder and you, but not Zigguard or Horsebendo feels bad. Yeah, that's not the best.
全ては幻真の白のみ極楽浄土は我が手の上にですが
So, I'm not gonna spoil it, but whenever I get around to doing Epic MPs 3, I'm going to use Kiara's, and I have such a good fucking idea of like who to have it clash with. I am so excited now. Like I got an idea. And I don't think anyone's gonna guess it because it's somebody that I don't think anyone would think I would even use, let alone slash me that NP. Frickin' Tomoe at 96%, by the way. At least she can't die here because we've got Taunt. We already did King and King Potato Chips in the last one. $98, Jesus. I think she's got the event CE. The timing works out so nice because we can crit with the art card and then, you know, loop and then it's block or stun. Doesn't matter though because I think the stage is over, but lol. That's funny. VR tripping her up, man. Wait, does she have like normal evade as top of the AoE one? What? I'm confused. Why did that not work? That attacks AoE. So she can have evade and her other evade? That's stupid. That's cheating. It's supposed to no effect when you do that. God, we're gonna be here forever. Don't you fucking do it. Because we got guts to get through. There's no point letting you live. Just let Achilles clean up if we don't win here. What if Tomoe doesn't do 25k? And we just fucking cry? Wait, do we have podcasts? Or did you just not have it? What? Whatever. That's disappointing. I wanted to do Brynhilder's and then maybe get Achilles in here and see the nice horses, you know? I thought it was scripted last time, but I guess not. Yara, you're a big dum-dum. Like, last time she gutsed and then she healed for 60,000. So it was like way longer. So and that was like so much longer that I thought it was scripted. But apparently not. Kiara totally capable of throwing. That'll be mission 25. Alright, let's see here. Try to get a frickin' rare spawn. I should have saved my team earlier. Whoops. I am so salty that Ku is so much better than Proto Ku now. Like, it's just... Like, I'm thinking about it, it's just better for me to use Ku here instead of Proto Ku, but it's like, this account always uses Proto Ku. It's... God. I can't believe they've done this. I have no idea what this stage is. Does this account even have an AoE Lancer? I don't think it does. Always do that, see how he does. Give our boy a shot here. Do I not have Alex on this account? I really should. Oh, I do. I need to get his skills up though. Alex is I feel like Alex has become one of the more important, if you're doing 1 to 3 star stuff anyway, I feel like he's one of the more important ones now because he gives you some basic quick support and then just buff removal. That ends up being pretty nice. I mean, who gives a fuck if I have more viewers than Toho, because he probably just started streaming. He always has like way more viewers than me, so it's something to brag about. And rightfully so, he's got a really good stream. Phantom? Yeah, I know, Phantom reads stuff too. But he's not half as useful as Alex. Don't even start. I guess I could do that. Yeah, I don't think I ever have more viewers than Toho outside of like when I've been streaming for hours and he's been streaming for like 5 minutes, right? So it's not too relevant. Oh fuck, I want to bring what can we be more budgety here? Want those rare spawns, man? Doesn't make any sense. Good enough. I don't even know what I'm fighting, so this might be the really bad setup for this kind of thing, but we'll see. Hey, Blue Note. Not to sound really generic and like, you know, friendship powers, we're not Yu-Gi-Oh! But legitimately, I don't care too much about like your number of viewers. It's nice to just have viewers that you get along with and enjoy. It's like, if you're like desperate for money or something, I get why then you really care about like making your stream do better and all that, but I'm not, so I'm good. I'm a very divisive person and like that's fair enough, and I'm okay with that. I'd rather continue to be a divisive person than like do everything I can to get as many viewers as possible. It's not really my shtick. Yeah, this is from Kirby. Kirby in the crystal shards. I mean, there's nothing wrong with trying to make your stream do better and try to grow your stream. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not something I care about too much. I mean, I care about it to a degree. I don't want to be like a failure, right? I don't want to like, you know, have my stream die and not be able to support myself and stuff, like, obviously, so it definitely matters to it. Okay, see, I'm thinking of that one stage where we had the big tanky guy in the middle. That's not this. So, this was wrong. We'll see what we can do anyway, though. Needed, more AoE. And just like in real life, you know, like, well, I guess streaming is real life in a way, because, I mean, you know, the virtual world is influenced by the real one, but, you know, some people care a lot about advancing their career, not necessarily because they need the money or anything. It's just like, it's something that's very fulfilling to them. And, you know, that's fine. That's, you know, good for them. You know, everybody wants to fill the void with something, right? Like, although I do think a lot of people, all they really need to be happy is to have people around them that they like, you know, to have like family or friends or whatever that like validate them and support them, and like that's what most people want. But a lot of people are lacking that, and they try to fill the lack of emotional support in their life with sex or money or, you know, e-penis or whatever, right? Now that's not everybody. Some people have plenty of, you know, they have plenty of emotional support or whatever in their life, and they still have the ambition and they still want to advance their career just cause that's just what gives them satisfaction in their life. So, you know, different strokes for different folks. I'm kind of worried he's going to kill all of them. He might not, though, so do that first. Make sure we get the NP. They're probably all dead. But yeah, it's a tough thing, man. I think that's something a lot of people struggle with, is not having the... You know, it's like, you know, you can be financially poor but rich in family and friends or whatever, and you're generally a lot happier, right? That's very normal, and I think a lot of people really struggle with that, to find people that, you know, they can really be themselves around and that kind of thing. It's tough, man. I think it's a very common problem in the modern world. And I think a lot of people, they think the reason they're unhappy is because they're, you know, they don't have material things, or because they're not, you know, super rich or whatever. But a lot of times it really is just a lack of like emotional support or, you know, validation through those kinds of things. Oh, this is the 7-month dragon, by the way. Probably not a beast. It's taken me a long time to learn some stuff, though. Like, there are certain things about myself that... Okay, so humans are really stupid, right? Especially when we're young, because when you're born, you have no experience. You know, there's a lot of things we take for granted now that when you're young, you don't understand in the slightest. The living legend, indeed. Looking at the dragon, dude. Anyway, and so, like, when you're young, you think everything that you do or you think or is normal for you is how everyone is, right? Like, I'm not exaggerating. So, like, I have one eye that's, like, really messed up. I have, like, a really messed up eye, and I can't, like, see out of it worth a shit. And this sounds insane, but when I was young, for quite a while, I thought everyone was like that. I thought everybody had this one eye that was just a mess and you can't really see out of. I completely thought that's how everyone was. At no point for several years, I don't know how old I was when I finally figured it out, but I want to say I was like, you know, 10 or some shit. I never asked my parents or anything. I will say my parents were like, they were kind of the failure here, because I would do eyesight tests and stuff, and I would fail them miserably, because I couldn't see shit. And my parents thought I was just throwing. Like, literally, they just thought I didn't care, and I was intentionally failing just to not do it. And they never actually, they legitimately thought that, and it was because I was failing so badly. Like the largest, you know, letters and stuff I couldn't see. Anyway, so it took quite a while for it to be discovered that I had an eye that was just that bad. My other eye's not good either, but my one eye is really, really bad. And I remember at one point there was this kid that was like an acquaintance of mine. I wouldn't want to say we were friends, but he was like an acquaintance. Like, I'd run into him fairly often. And like, we were really young at the time, you know, like 6 or something. And we were like just being kids and like comparing stuff, or like competing or whatever. And I remember like, okay, now, well, how well can you see it now with your bad eye, right? Like, I don't remember what we were doing exactly, but I remember saying something along those lines. And he was like, what? And then I remember thinking, instead of thinking, oh, maybe everyone doesn't have a bad eye, I thought, why doesn't he get it? I was like, isn't it weird that he's not just using his bad eye, right? I again didn't ask my parents about it. Nothing. I just thought it was normal that you just have. That's how the human brain is, right? Like it's something as extreme as your eyesight, which is so in your face, you know, and affects your day-to-day life. This affects things like your values and like you know what you want for your life. You know, you just think whatever you want is what everybody wants, right? And yeah, it took me a while to kind of there's certain things like with myself where I'm really weird, and it took me a long time to realize that, or not even that, just to realize like how other people are in a lot of stuff. Like I remember such a young age. I remember such a fucking young age. I remember because I was always really paying attention to history stuff. I remember when I was like learning about, I can't remember what it was specifically because I was really young at this time. But it was some kind of talk about like Roman history and about like these like scholars and shit that would just be like super hermits. And I remember from such a young age being like, oh, that sounds awesome, right? And I've always been that way. My dream had always been to like be a hermit pretty much, and I have been for most of my life. And even though now Tusk lives with me, first of all, it actually kind of annoys me. I don't have a problem with Tusk or anything, but I actually really miss living alone like a lot. I lived alone for so many years and I actually really miss that. But we have like a setup where I pretty much live alone, and he's just, you know, we do stuff when we want to, but like we don't, you know, he gives me my space, right? So I can still pretty much be a hermit. But I've always been like that. I've always had this huge, it's actually like the opposite of most people. Most people have like this desire to be around other people and stuff. And I do to a degree, you know, I like having people that I can talk to and compare ideas and just learn about other people and, you know, all that stuff. But I need an insane amount of time alone. Like I go nuts if I don't have massive amount of time alone. And yeah, I've always been like that, and I always thought for so long that's how other people were. Like for so long, I thought that's how other people were, and then, you know, when I was like, I don't know, 13 or whatever, I started to realize that's not the case. But then it took me a long time to really understand other people and like how the mainstream people like feel about those kinds of things and stuff. It took quite a while for me to learn those things. But I think we all are like that. We all have things that we're abnormal in and where we're normal in, right? Like that's everybody. No one's actually like generic in every field, right? It doesn't work that way. So I need to do this stage a few times, I think. I'm really behind on the free quest stuff here. Yeah, I actually planned out a lot of stuff in my life. I wanted, from a really young age, I wanted to be able to get a job where I didn't have to like interact with other people too much and stuff like that. And that's actually why once I learned about that parking company that I worked for a long time, I really wanted to get on that, because they had like jobs there where I could, you know, make decent money and that kind of thing, but like not really interact with anyone. And that was like my dream. It took me a while to get that job, but I eventually got it. And then I had that job until I, you know, went streaming full time. So I mean, everyone's stupid when they're young, right? Literally, young people are insanely stupid. Like you might be smart in terms of like other things, right? Because like I was like, from a pretty young age, I actually had a pretty logical brain and things like that, and I could like, you know, puzzle out things, and I was very skeptical of things. But I never even thought that other people don't have an eye that's completely fucked, right? But that's actually how most young people are. It's actually something they've studied, where most people when they're young automatically assume everybody's like them. There's a certain age where your brain stops working that way. Yeah, I've always really liked the hermit life. I don't know, it's just, I like being able to control my own schedule, and I like freedom. I'm such an advocate for personal freedom, and I will pretty much avoid anything that lowers my own personal freedom. Like, I don't sign up for those kinds of things. Yeah, you can be smart on paper, but still really fucking stupid when it comes to like experience and understanding other people and those kinds of things. It's quite normal, honestly. Does this even drop chainsaws? Also, we didn't get the rare spawn, feels bad. I don't know why the rare spawn CEs are so rare. They're like crazy fucking rare, and they're like the best one because the drops are pretty irrelevant. It's so easy to clear the shop from what I've seen in this event. I should just summon myself. That's normally what I do off stream, is when I want something specific, I just slot it and I do that. Even if it results in me farming a bit slower, I don't generally care. Wait, couldn't I have slotted in David, right? I could have done that. So the main problem is Proto. Fuck it, we'll it's good enough. Get Proto Coupon. But it's like, AoE Lancer. Yeah, I've enjoyed my adult life a lot more than my childhood. Some of that's because I had an insane mother that was, you know, made a lot of problems, but it's not really that, it's the freedom. You have so much more freedom as an adult. I've truly enjoyed my adult life, and it's been really nice. Like, just having the freedom to, like, say no to things and not have to interact with things you don't want to, you know, you can do whatever you want, really. I mean, you have to be responsible and make sure you're not, you know, endangering your livelihood, and you gotta make sure you make money, and you gotta make sure you know, there's a lot of things you have to make sure you do, but you have so much more freedom as an adult. The one cool thing, I guess, about being younger that I did enjoy is just, I like learning a lot. I think a lot of people do enjoy learning, and you're learning new things so often when you're young, and that's, you know, that's pretty enjoyable, I would say. You know, it's just fun to, like, not have experienced things. It's fun to experience things for the first time, right? And you get to do that very often when you're young. So I have plenty of friends, but they're people that understand me, and they know, like, you know, I need alone time a lot and all that kind of stuff, and they don't get offended when I fuck off. And, like, they know, like, my friends know, like, if I'm not in, you know, if I don't enjoy something, or if I don't like the situation I'm in, I'm just gonna leave. Like, I'm literally not gonna give a fuck, right? So the friends that I have are aware of those kinds of things, and it's no problem, right? And so and that's how it works. That's how you make good friendships, is you understand each other and you're okay with how the other person is, even if you're different, right? That's how you get a good friendship. And those are rare. That's the thing. It's rare that people can get along like that, and so you gotta, you know, value what you got. There's some problems with this setup, by the way. Most of my really close friends do not watch the streams, because some of them will come in every once in a while. And I'm not surprised. It's kind of weird to watch someone stream that you, like, know really well. A few of them do, though. Actually, it's funny. I've had a pretty good friend. Not a real life friend, but I've known them online for a really long time, and they're in Canada. And I actually just never told them that I streamed. And I don't know, I kind of liked that, because we talked about different things. It was nice to have a good friend that just wasn't in that sphere. And they found my stream independently, and I was like, fuck! I was like, god damn it. And they were laughing their ass off, by the way. But yeah, they're just, they've always been in Canada, and we've been pretty good friends for quite a while. Okay, we got the rare spawn finally. Oh, that's actually bad because and we didn't get our NP. But because we're doing the single target thing, the rare spawn actually makes us a bit slower, but we'll deal. 98%, man. Dude, I have to, that's just, god damn it. Should have switched those cards around. It's not that strange, it just depends, I guess. Like, you know, I've watched Kai, because Kai is like my longest friend. I've known him since I was like, I don't know, 5 or something. You know, Kai the gamer, you know, he does have ghost stuff as well. I don't really find it that weird to watch his streams. It's a bit odd. It's definitely not like watching someone else's stream. I'll put it that way. It's definitely not like watching someone else's stream. And there's definitely a degree of, how do I put this? This sounds so bad, but I feel like a lot of people feel this way when it comes to like their friends that have like big YouTube channels or whatever. It's kind of like, I can hang out with, well, I can't hang out with Kai whenever I want. Our schedules are fucked. Our schedules are so fucked, actually. We barely see each other. But like, I don't know, it just feels like, oh yeah, I can socialize with Kai anyway, so I don't need to watch his stream. Although even though I still do watch Kai's stream, but I don't watch it as much, right? As maybe I would if it was someone else, I guess. That feels really bad, but like I don't know. That's just it is what it is, I guess. I like how this guy's actually almost dead. What? This really fucked him up with the crits there. I didn't even use my crit skill, man. But yeah, most of my close friends, be it real life or online, do not watch my nonsense. They poke in though every once in a while, which I think that's what you would expect, really. Oh, we just casually insta death, and that's kind of disappointing though. We had all wait the double attack buff and everything. But, hey, maniac. That's actually something I think a lot of streamers do, is they try to make sure they keep an air of, I don't know, like, not be too friendly, because when you lose like the air of mystery, I guess, right? And it's like a psychological thing. I generally don't do that because I don't like doing psychological games like that, but I know from a business standpoint, a lot of creators do that where you don't want to be too accessible. That way it's like a carrot on a stick kind of effect. But I really try not to do, that's like kind of cult-like, right? Like I tried to stay away from that kind of stuff. The incident actually was bad there. We actually got like less stars and all that. But at the same time, you kind of have to. You gotta also make sure. I don't know how to. This is really complicated because this has been a real thing in streaming, and you can't be too close with people because it's not. How do I put this? It's because everyone only has so much spare time. You don't want to give people like a false. How do I describe this? You don't want to act like you're closer than you are just so then they think. Like, cause that's the thing. You only have so much spare time. You only can, communicate with so many people and those kinds of things. Yeah, you don't want to give like a false sense of intimacy that's not real, right? And at the same time, though, you can still, what time you do spend with people, you can be very real with them, and that's what I think really works. And what people respond to generally well is when like, yeah, you're aware that you can't be best friends with everybody, but when you do talk to someone, you do try to respect them and listen to them and those kinds of things. That's like the way to do it, I think. Yeah, that's a good way of putting it, Aries. Like, it's easy for the viewer to learn stuff about the streamer or the person, but it's difficult for the streamer to learn about the viewer, so the connection's not the same as what you might have. Now, that's, sometimes you end up forming better, friendships with people. Like, I've met several people through my stream, and we've gone on to do a lot of other things as well. But, again, you only have so much spare time. You can't do that with everyone. And I think some people like that, though. That's fine. I think some people legitimately like being able to learn about someone and observe someone and hang out with someone, but then not have to give up a lot of information about themselves, and that's fine. I don't think that's creepy or anything. I think I enjoy that experience sometimes, where I'm just hanging out in someone's chat and just enjoy watching a stream and stuff. So but then there's also some people that I think get led on and stuff, and I try very much not to lead people on. But I also then try to remember things about people. I try to. Not their names, obviously not that. I couldn't possibly get someone's name right, but I try to interact with people as best as I can. But yeah, it's weird, man, because this is all new stuff, right? Because streaming and social media and all that stuff, it's such a new thing, and humanity's not really ready for it. So it's pretty whack, man. But yeah, I definitely think some people see it as a negative, where the viewers know more about the streamer than vice versa, and you can see it kind of as a manipulating thing. But some people legitimately like that. You know, I think some people enjoy that. Like I said, I do. So. I lurk like crazy. Sometimes I feel obligated, like in the FGO community. I don't like to raid somebody and then just like immediately go lurker mode. I feel rude if I do that. So sometimes I feel like I need to not. But if it's not FGO related, I lurk like a motherfucker. I think I need to do this at least one more time. Because, I don't know, for me, it is a pretty cool thing where you get to see like how other people behave and think, or how they play the game, or why they like the game, or what they, you know, whatever they're talking about. So that's just really enjoyable. It's kind of fun to, I don't know, it's fun to observe people, right? It's just fun to observe different personalities and whatnot. It gives you, you know, insight to something that, you know, you may not otherwise have insight to, so. I'm gonna have him hit the one that's gonna die for sure, just so I can get the first card bonus for 2. So I'm kind of worried he'll kill the archer. He probably wouldn't know. The real nightmare is if we don't even kill the thing. Oh god, we might not. I should have had him attack that thing. Okay, well we learned. We paid for our arrogance. I was overestimating Arash a little bit there. Oh, who cares though? It's one turn, whatever. We're not buff stacking really, so. Okay, chat, so we were talking about it earlier. Who do you think, now not the challenge quest, who do you think is the final boss of the story? Who's gonna be the final story boss? You can name whatever you want, because, you know, for all we know, it's gonna be fucking Ishtar. They've thrown some curveballs at us before. I think people think, you know, that the stuff is like Kiara, BB, Abigail. Horse Bindo's an interesting pick. That could happen. That'd be interesting. Earlier, everyone was saying BB, and we're getting some pretty. That would be interesting if it was Horse Bindo. Adult Hans. I don't have to think of this. I do think BB's gonna play some kind of role, but I don't know. I don't. Again, I wouldn't be shocked if she was the final boss, but I wouldn't. I'm not gonna pick BB. I don't feel like BB's the most likely. It's possible, but because she was the final boss of Summer 3, I feel like they're not gonna do that. But you never know. It would be kind of a fun reverse thing. How Kiara was like, seemed like. No, I'm sorry. BB seemed like the final boss in Fate CCC, but then it was Kiara, right? They could do the opposite. You know, that could be a thing. Avenger Antoinette. That's definitely not gonna happen because she was the final boss not too long ago. That'd be cool though, because then maybe she'd be playable for fuck's sake. I'm gonna BRB real quick. I'm gonna start fixing some keys. I need it. God, that NP is so nice though. Alright, I'm back. Only for a second though. I gotta go back and get my tea. So I think it's Abigail. I think she's gonna be the final boss because she's the part 2 5-star, and the final boss is almost always the part 2 5-star. They've been building up to her. The setting's kind of like Salem and stuff. Yeah, could be wrong, but that'll be my guess. Because we haven't defeated her or anything, and they've just been building her up, so. Man, such a lack of rare spawns. I guess I'm not bringing enough CEs. My other account generally has an easier time. I think I bring one more CE. How much do I want David's thing? Let's see if we can kill everything here. Hey man, when you have the allergy problems that I do, tea is a lifesaver. Fuck. Damn it. I guess lemon ginger tea, but the thing is, I really only drink teas that interact with like the health issues I have. So there's so many types of tea that I've never even had, because I pretty much drink tea because of health stuff. So there's so many flavors I've never tried, but as what I do drink regularly, I'd say lemon ginger. I do like green tea though. Green tea is good too. That's the two that I generally drink. But lemon ginger is definitely the one that I drink the most, because it's the one that I need the most, and thankfully it tastes pretty good, so. Alright, let me go grab my tea. Be right back. So, I might be forgetting something, and so there might be like a rerun that we're like destined to get soon. But I'm kind of thinking we might get that black hole soon. On the menu, you know, the little black hole before Lost Belt 6. I feel like that's got to be soon. And, I mean, I just swear, like what? What are they gonna do? Wait until the end of the year to do the black hole thing, and then not do fucking Lost Belt 6 until next year? That'd be awful. God. They honestly might do that. That's how last year was. That's how little main story we got last year. But fuck. I really hope that they just do the black hole soon, and then like end of the year is Lost Belt 6. Actually, what I wish was like the black hole was like right now, or like the next thing, and then like right after that was Lost Belt 6, and then the end of the year was Lost Belt 7. But they've slowed down the main story so much that they only released like 1 or 2 chapters, you know, like a year, for fuck's sake, so I don't think it's gonna happen. I mean, they're obviously been dragging it out. Like, that's rather apparent, I would say. Okay, let me do this real quick. Yeah, I know, they said we're only halfway through 2.0. I'm like, god damn it. And like, it's not like I dislike 2.0, it's fine, but I'm so much more excited for 3.0 just because it's a chance for them to, you know, really improve some things. It's also a chance for them to fuck it up like no one's business, so there's that too. Yeah, I guess we haven't had a download milestone in a little while. Chat, do you think there's any chance that they would ever, for a big download milestone, they would ever do something like add story replay, you know, or challenge tower, or am I just being delusional here? Because they've added they've added big stuff before for that kind of thing, but chat, I'm kind of losing hope, man. I mean, I do have hope for this. I do legitimately think when 2.0 is over, because it looks like they are going with 3.0 is going to be a completely new story. I really think they're going to want story replay at that point. I really do. So it might happen like then. That's so far down the line. But it's that and anniversary are the only times it really seems feasible. You know, Beastly, I think there's a real chance that you're right. I really could, with them putting her in the story here, and just how long it's been, and the fact that they have often used download campaigns like that, where they raid up a kind of an old unit that hasn't been raided up in a while and stuff like that. I think it is decently likely that the next milestone thing would have a Fujino raid up. I could see that. And then now we're going to be disappointed, and it's going to be some other stupid shit, but you know. They could do a main interlude for Yaokita Nobu, that's the thing. Not necessarily, doesn't have to be part of the milestone though. Yeah, they could do her and Fujino, that'd be kind of neat. Hell, they could do a K&K main interlude, that'd be cool. That'd actually be awesome. Everyone gets cheeky then, and there was a few good stages worth keeping around in that one. If they gave us the challenge quest, I'd be so happy. Oh my god. I love that challenge. I love that challenge quest. When someone asked me the other day, like some of my favorite challenge quests, that's definitely one of my favorites. You just had to think so much. Now, there were ways to cheese it, of course. There always is. But, like, the whole, like, Buster attacks, removing the NP charge thing, and then you could save if you want. You can't guarantee you're going to have a Buster card when you need it, but you could, like, hold on to, like, David's NP. Right, and then that's a Buster. So if you're like, oh shit, I don't have a Buster to drain the NP, you could do stuff like that. It's super fun. Love that fight. And you have the side thing with the full guts and all that. Also, didn't he force you to use Fujino there? Like, didn't you have to use her there for that challenge quest so you couldn't be as cheesy? Am I missing some of the free quests? Like, I never did the one with Lobo and Vlad, right? I must have a mission I need to do. We still gotta kill Dragon. I feel like... Oh, there's up here. Yeah, I was like, I swear I'm missing something. It's definitely this one. We do need to kill the Dragon, though. I had to have support Fujino die so my Fujino could solo it, yeah. Dude, that's crazy though that Fujino can solo that. They haven't had a straightforward saber fight in a while, and that was a fairly tough one, and yeah, she could solo it. I like fights like that though, where it's like you can really focus on a certain class and let that class shine. But you make it hard enough that like you can't just, bulldoze it with just that class and stuff, so they did a good job with that one. Man, I really want a K&K main interlude now, and I hope it's like the CCC one so we get the map, and then they give us the challenge quest. They did not give us the challenge quest, though, for the Christmas one, which was super disappointing. Did this have a Spriggan? I want to say this one had the Spriggan. Want to buy... I swear I just need to slot my thing and get the rare spawn up. Fuck. Yeah, oh man, if they did a K&K main interlude and they added Toko, man, that'd be awesome. That's not gonna happen, they're too fucking lazy. Because they didn't add anything for the CCC main interlude, did they? Did they even, what did they do? I can't remember. I don't know if they even rated anything up. Did they rate up Melt? I think they might have rated up Melt or something. I feel like to get them to add Toko, they would have to do a K&K Part 2. They'd have to do another K&K collab. That's like a new one, instead of rerunning the old one. I think that's the way that we would get her. Oh yeah, they buffed Sub. They might buff Void Cheeky again. You can see that. Yeah, you can tell that Fujino was kind of just slapped in the game because she's not in the story. Her bio is basically like she's borderline not even canonical, right? Like, it's kind of just there, so... Oh, I need to redo this team quite a bit. It's a mess. I need somebody to murder the Spriggan. What's so sad is regular Ku could actually do it, and I don't think Proto Ku can. Masashi might be able to do it. Definitely could have had her upgraded in P. Why couldn't they buff Proto Ku? Why couldn't they just buff both Kus? Why can't they just be... Oh, buff all the Kus. Fuck it. Fujin only kind of appeared in the event, not exactly. Like, she only appears, like, in the challenge quests and stuff. She's not in, like, the main story. It even says in her bio that she's not actually, doesn't appear in the story. And I think her bio even says she won't. Which is funny, though, she appeared in the story of the summer event, but, Don't get me started on Kualter. Let's see if we can make this work. Wait, I'd have to change some stuff, though. Okay, hold on. The main issue is just the Spriggan. That said, I really do think regular Ku would do more than enough to handle it. Let's see how she does. And I know, you know what? Let's give our boy a chance. Let's give our boy a chance. What could possibly go wrong, chat? Spriggans are beasts, right? Probably should have brought Gil just for the charisma. Yeah, I should have done that. That'd have been a bit of help. Like change Achilles for Gil. You know what's weird, Rex? The first hour of this stream felt pretty slow, and then I felt like 2 minutes went by and now we're at 3 hours. 73k, oh boy. What if... Let's do that. Although I don't think Proto Ku needs MP gain, actually. Guys, what if they never do a second part to K&K, and they never do like a second part to Fate Zero, but they do a second part to Prismilia? I honestly would not be shocked at that. Like, I would not be shocked at that. Damn, I don't... Fuck, okay, so we need to change the NP on Proto Ku a little bit, because I'm not giving it to, Achilles. Alright, let's see what our boy can do. Putting those art cards first because I got faith, guys. I should have done Achilles' third skill, but whatever. That's close. That's better than I thought, and that very much confirms that regular Ku could do it. Because he does a lot more NP damage. Honestly, regular Ku I think could do it at level 70 for fuck's sakes. If you just had like a basic buffer, like in a Waver's attack buff, Because he can get almost 200k at level 70. It's fucking bullshit. He gets an attack buff and an upgraded NP, and he has a higher attack stat. It's great. Protoku life is rough, dude. You know what, we're gonna... I almost want to bust out a level 70 Ku just to see what happens. I don't think this account has one, though. Okay, so we don't need Achilles, we need another single target. That's right, okay. The stage is like very single targety. Gil would be alright though, because Gil is basically single target, so. The thing is, Protoku does have enough stuff out there to have a pretty established character, right? You know, his character material book, you know, Achilles, I'm trying to talk here. I know you gotta, get the horses going, but, shit. Anyway, Protoku got, he got a little bit in the OVA, right? The OVA was like the first time we saw him, right? But then he's got a fair bit of detail on him in the character material books. Like, the prototype material book explains more than most character material books because, prototype's not actually a full thing, so I think they felt obligated. Anyway, so between that and the OVA, and then I guess the literally no information you get out of FGO, he's kind of, he's got a pretty established character. It's just never shown off, but like, if you look into it, you can see what he's about pretty easily. I guess Achilles was good enough, but I figured Gil would be good enough. And then, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna switch to my main account for 1 second here. Gotta fix this CE situation. Oh good, I still have my main account up, so this is like the easiest thing to do ever. Now, I could slot Scatty, and that would be just fine, but I'm gonna go with Waver. That way, if I need him for something, Waver works for everything. I don't have to like switch it again. He's good enough. And so if I'm Buster, Quick, Art, doesn't matter. Like Waver's good or something. I just messed up my screen size so much. Good enough. But doesn't Achilles needs to bond though? How much does he need? Let me look. And normally I don't care about bond that much, but Achilles actually has a bond CE that I care about. And also Achilles is a unit I want to kill Guadio with. And so having bond actually matters for that. I don't care about the SQ and that kind of crap. You don't even get SQ for bond 10. You don't get anything. Like seriously, if your bond CE sucks, getting bond 10 is pretty irrelevant outside of Guadia. Oh my god, he's not even close. He's not even fucking close. Fucking 300k. Gil's bad, dude. But Gil's already got, wow, Gil's actually kind of close to bond 11. That's surprising with how little I farm over here. Also, I don't think I even gave him a bond grail right away when they were first added, because I kind of just forgot. Man, how did she get bond 10 before Achilles, man? How did that happen? Alright, we'll stick with Achilles. We gotta get that bond 10, man. Gotta get that done. This double waiver nonsense. Hey man, Achilles is awesome. He's in my top 5. Why do you think he's level 100 NP5? Yo, how did that happen? The Grail slipped. Yeah, I know that team name was for a specific video that actually never happened, and I haven't changed the name again, so I need to fix that. Damn it, the monkey lived. Don't you do that. Okay, you know what monkeys do, so. I've noticed a lot of times they've used monkeys recently. They don't like do the whole buff steal thing nearly as much. Like they seem to have like toned that down. I guess it was just too annoying for people. But I honestly I kind of like it. It gives them a lot of identity. Like it makes me hate them, but you know that makes them unique. Actually, doesn't matter who we give that skill to. I think he's got this. See you, Red. I actually should put Protoku's NP always in slow-mo, because it's not that much slower, and the voice line is cool, so do that. Achilles probably not, though. Because Achilles actually looks really cool in fast mode, because the chariot's supposed to be like ungodly fast. And then, you know, it's pretty long in slow-mo. Yeah, I think Achilles is cooler and slow. I mean fast. It fits better. It's supposed to be fast. Got that apple though. Oh, it drops crowns. That's nice. Yeah, Gills looks better in slow-mo, but it's good in fast mode, so a lot of times I keep it in fast mode, but for like fancy videos and shit, I'll definitely put it in slow-mo. I really want a really good Gil video. I want a boss fight that really calls for it, and I just want a video where I can like, you know, do some OP Gil stuff, but like everything else in the team is pretty budget. I really want to make a video like that. It needs to be the right boss though. I'm gonna get flagged for it. I know no matter what, no, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm gonna do it because I like Gil, not because I need to use a 5-star archer, right? But I know I'm gonna get flagged for it, but I don't give a fuck. I want a video I can look back on. Like, it's gotta be a really cool boss though. That's like, you know, they gotta be awesome. So I'm waiting for it though. Yeah, we're actually getting the rare spawns. It's nice. See, I got Sanson in slow-mo. My main has Arash in slow-mo. I don't think my ult does. Got Mori in slow-mo. I think Mori is so much better in slow-mo. Damn it, we didn't kill everything. Got Lubu in slow-mo now, as a recent change, but I'm really glad I did that. Oh, and I got Atalanta in slow-mo as well. Atalanta just looks so much better in slow-mo, and you can see the green nice and clearly, where if it's in fast mode, it's just kind of like... I don't know, how do you feel about it, Ari? I feel like Atalante in fast mode actually feels like it's in fast forward, right? It feels like it's not the right speed. A lot of NPs don't really feel that way. It might feel a little sped up, but it doesn't feel like someone, you know, took the remote control and clicked fast forward, right? Like, Atalante just so feels that way to me, where it's like super sped up, it just doesn't look right. Where a lot of the other ones, like, yeah, they're quicker, but it still looks right. Like, the way the shot goes into the sky, and like the way it like comes down, it just doesn't look right. So yeah, I like that one in slow-mo way better. Yeah, Mori in slow-mo is awesome. He's one of my favorite characters, so I'm happy to keep that one in slow-mo forever. I love that NP so much, dude. He's just so badass. Mori was such a out-of-the-blue unit that I loved to death, right? Like, there was no build-up to him. He just got added out of nowhere. That's not a character I think anyone thought was getting added. And he was a 3-star, which is, you know, that's my shit. And he was so awesome, dude. I love his voice actor. I love his character. You know, he's not a 2-dimensional character. He's not just Rage Boy, right? He's just not. And then he's got this awesome armor, and you know, he like spears a lot, and his is not exactly his spear, but you know, and so yeah, that was that was the most like just immediately must level 100 characters we've had, so it was nice. All right, let's do a quick chain, I guess, and workout. I like some of his My Room lines where he's wanting to fight the other servants in Chaldia. It's pretty funny. The Kojiro looks fine in fast mode, although I will say I've done this several times for Kojiro. I like to combine his fast mode and slow-mo. Like I edit it so like the beginning part is slow-mo, like when he kind of like charges in, that looks a bit better in slow-mo. But then the rest of it I generally switch to his fast mode, like the slashes. It'd be nice if Beowulf just got a raid up. I don't think he's gonna appear in Lost Belt 6 though, because he was in Lost Belt 1 and he's just not that popular of a character. I wouldn't complain, I think Beowulf is awesome, but yeah, him being in Lost Belt 1, I think it's about all we're gonna get out of him for a while. Wait, do I need to do this one more time? Let me look. Yeah, I wish they'd do a bit more fancy stuff with like sound effects and whatnot. Yeah, I like to edit that in too. I don't always bother to do that, but it is really cool to do that. It's funny, a lot of people actually don't realize, like they don't notice, because it fits so smoothly that it's kind of hard to notice it. Hey, thank you for the year resub, man. I was gonna call you Aura, cause you know. But yeah, thank you, dude. Thankfully, baby Kiara is not like actually in the game outside of the shop, so. Yeah, we still haven't done either that or this is time locked. I don't think we're up to the time lock yet, are we? Or actually, maybe we are. We still have several missions we haven't done, because you can do 82 missions right now. So we still have to kill him. There's something else other than that, though, that I haven't done. Oh, it's clearly this. I guess we'll do this real quick. Don't jinx it? Yeah, I know. We never got Kid Fergus. Why is MASH on the team? And I guess she gives everyone else more bond, and I guess that is better for Achilles, but that's not that big of a deal. Whatever. The old easy mode. Dude, I'm only low-key excited right now because we got a while and it's not exactly guaranteed, but I'm really hopeful that the Fate Extra remake gets us Saber, dude. That's another reason why I'm absolutely not blowing SQ, because you know, between that and Lost Belt 6 and you know, maybe they had Guadia and Lost Belt 7 or something, right? I gotta be really careful because man, I want Saber. Have they said when the release date is for the Fate Extra remake, or is it just like a really vague, you know, window that just comes out? And this store is really well built. It's freaking surviving some pretty powerful MPs here. Just in case. I'm a little scared we're not gonna kill here. They never give dates, yeah. Pretty common. Chad, I'm actually very interested in this. When you farm, so not mandatory, not fooling around, when you're just farming, how often do you use the support unit? Like, do you really try to make teams that rely on like having a friend's Castoria or Scatty, or do you just throw them in the back and not actually use them? I'm really curious about this. I definitely prefer setups where what I summon doesn't matter, especially because I do the whole, AP to drop ratio thing generally, and so I don't really care if I 5-turn or 6-turn or 7-turn or what. It just doesn't really matter. I'm just focusing on this bonus. So whatever I summon to my support list is almost always based on like a bonus CE. So I'll be summoning all kinds of weird, stupid shit. So I would say more times than not, I make setups that do not rely on my support in any way, and they're just like in the far back. Or they're just, I use them like right now where like any damage support would work if I do the switch, right? I probably do that more. When I'm doing things though, like farming Void Dust, I generally will do like double Scatty Edmund or whatever, right? And because it's easy enough to summon a Scatty, although I guess not anymore, but, and for those things, because I don't need an event CE, stuff that does not require an event CE or any of that stuff, sometimes, if I'm just trying to like be really efficient, I'll do the whole double Edmund Scatty nonsense. It seems like a lot of people kind of mix it up. I mean, I have a million accounts. I don't have 3K scopes on almost any of my accounts, and I do the same thing. It's pretty easy to farm pretty quickly without a bunch of K scopes. I think y'all have seen me play enough accounts. Like, I have plenty of accounts that only have good stuff. Because the thing is, like right now, I'm trying to get, clear kind of quick just cause, but most events, I don't do that. Like, I'm like, fuck it, I'll 6-turn, whatever. I just want to make sure I'm bringing as many bonus CEs as possible. I'm not really doing that for this event, because 1, I don't have very many bonus CEs. And 2, the bonus CEs just don't matter very much. Like, it's so easy to get enough event currency that I don't need event currency drop pluses, so I'm not really worrying about it. But normally I do. Normally, like, I normally couldn't rely on the support for farming anyway, because it would mess up my AP to drop ratio. Like, so it's not, I don't like making teams build around that generally. I go back and forth thing on the event. Yeah, that's, I guess, ultimately what a lot of people do. But I'm definitely happiest if I don't have to rely on the support in any way. Because then I can just make a team, and then like normally, like the reason I don't like relying on the support for farming is because what if the support I need is not there, but then someone else has the CE that I want, right? So I don't want to be like, oh well, my team doesn't work now. I'd rather have a team that's maybe slightly less fast, but always works and is always efficient, no matter what the unit is that I summon. So that's kind of my priority. So I'd say I probably use supports less than not. I will say on my newer accounts, I probably use the support more, but even then, I try to make the team flexible enough that it doesn't matter what I summon again. Like on my newbie account, a lot of times I'm fucking summoning like Mori, just cause he's got the CE that I wanted, and even though he doesn't really contribute to like clearing really fast. Like I do that a lot on the newer accounts. On like my newer accounts, I try to summon something, a very self-contained unit that will like get value even if things go to shit. I don't really focus on like 3-turning. I kind of just try to make sure I beat the stage and I'm not gonna die and it's like decently fast. But I generally don't focus on like, because like my options are so limited, I don't focus on like fancy stuff. I keep it pretty straightforward. Just hit it with the red cards. Because the thing is, I basically never roll in the gacha for events. Very rarely do I get the gacha CEs. Now, some events, the main thing you need to make your drop rate better and stuff is from the event shop and not the gacha. It just depends. But like point ladders and things like that, like Summer 3. Like the way to have good AP to ratio in Summer 3 is the event CE. But for all the events where the only way to have like good drop bonuses and stuff is from the gacha CE, I'm not gonna have those anyway. So then I can sometimes focus more on speed. Depends. And I was really happy. I did really well in Summer 3 without like using my castles at all. I even whipped AP in several days because I was lazy. Thankfully, Summer 4 is a pretty smooth event. It's way better than Summer 3. It's a bit grindy and stuff, but it's not that bad. You just gotta pay attention a little bit. But you get loads of QP. Oh my god, the QP is awesome, and the event is pretty smooth. And Summer 5 is like so easy. Like that's the I guess the benefit of it is this event is just so easy to keep up with. Like it's so fucking easy to keep up with. But it's a bit boring. These new free quests here are all right. Like if you wanted to solo these for fun, you definitely could. Although I'm not, I'm trying to be efficient right now, but we might start doing that. We have a lot of days left, so I forgot what this node was. Okay, we did a. Did we do this? It wasn't quite this. This might work though. Still, yeah, this would probably still work. Scatty would definitely be better, but fuck it. Thankfully, I got enough done in Summer 3 that I don't really have to play the rerun of it. It's so tempting to though, because I gotta say, out of all the reruns I've ever done, if you've done the original Summer 3, doing the rerun is amazing. You get so much rare prisms. Like you get like just this massive bomb of rare prisms, and then you still get a lot of other nice stuff too, and a lot of lures. Like you can get like 9 lures or some stupid shit on the rerun if you did the original. Because you get the 3 lures from the Age Ladder, you get the 2 from the story instead of the Grails, and I think there's like another preset lore, I think. Yeah, I guess you get like 6 or something. Like that's really good, but I fucking hate that event. Yeah, I think it's pretty likely I'll skip I've skipped almost every rerun in NA. Because I don't like keeping up with NA too much anyway. I don't have time for it. And if I've already gotten the main stuff from it, I'm like, fuck it. I don't care about 4-star foe items that much. The only servant I really cared about getting 4-star foed on NA was Ku. Once he got fully foed, like yeah, I'll use the other foe items on people, sure, but I don't care that much. But yeah, and rare prisms, let's see. I think you get 1 rare prism from one of the command codes, maybe 2, but you just get 1 rare prism from the command codes you already have. And then you get 5 from all the copies of Jerker, so that's at least 6 rare prisms. And it's 6 or 7. You get 6 or 7 rare prisms. Like that's pretty sizable. You know, that's a free anniversary blonde and some change. Like that's really good. I mean, if you like Artoria, sure. I mean, you know, if you're like, oh, I don't really like Artoria that much, and I've already got good archers, then you know you're fine. But if you think Artoria is cool, or you just want a really good archer that's good at single target looping, you know, like gameplay wise, she won't disappoint. But you might already have a lot of good archers, so you don't need her. So it just depends on you. But yeah, she's a really good unit. Is she good at NP1? She is good at NP1, but she's definitely a unit that you see a massive power spike on NP2. Because she's a unit that repeats NPs over and over and over again, like she just keeps NPing, right? So like that big bonus damage, because if you look, you get a huge damage boost from NP1 to NP2. And you're applying that damage boost a lot more often on her than most units would, because she NPs so much. And then also she's able to use her heal a lot more comfortably if she's NP2. Because the way she does loop, a lot of times she'll end up at like 113%, NP or something, right? If you're at NP2, so then you could freely use the heal and still have your NP. But if you're in P1, you can only get 100% NP no matter what you do, and then so when you use your 3rd skill, you go down to 90, so that can kind of suck. I would say out of all the units I've ever seen, Summer Artoria is definitely one that benefits the most from NP2. It's such a large bonus, but she's such a good unit anyway that she's still incredibly good at NP1. She can still do big damage, she can still loop, it's not as much damage, it's not as, you can't stay alive as long. I would say if for farming, generally NP1 does well. For challenge quests though, it's pretty fucking noticeable if she's not NP2, just because the heal and all that matters a lot more. She doesn't need anything crazy with support, the main thing to do if you like Archer or Artoria and you don't have like Tam, you don't have like the really big fancy stuff, is level your Hohenheim and get his 3rd skill up. That'll be a huge help. He'll give her art up, and NP gain up for 3 turns. He gives her a 50% NP gain up for 3 turns, and then also art up. So, and then Mozart, you can have Mozart for challenge quests and stuff. So if you're like, oh yeah, I really like Art Territoria, but I don't necessarily have a lot of supports for just Mozart and Hohenheim, you're good. Everyone has Mozart and Hohenheim. And you can summon a friend's Tam, you know, or Waver. You might want Waver for the battery sometimes, and you'll be fine. So, yeah, if you like her and you need an archer, go for it. But if you're an NP1, you'll do pretty well. Very easy to make her work on budget teams. She's extremely easy to make work on budget teams. Because Art just has such good support. That's the thing. Art units have such good support from budget units, and then she's such a good unit anyway. So it all kind of works out. Why do I have Proto Q here? I'm not really sure. Because isn't the ending AoE? I feel like I messed this up a bit, but we'll be fine. Although actually, we're probably not going to get Proto Q's MP, so... Oops. Yeah, Chloe's a good replacement for Art Territoria. They're kind of apples and oranges in some places. You know, they're both loopy, they're both single target nukers and stuff. Artoria loops a bit easier than Chloe does, but Chloe still loops really fucking easy, like really fucking easy. So yeah, they're both good. And then Chloe's got hard survival and all that kind of stuff. So it kind of just depends. But yeah, if you've got Chloe, you level up your Hohenheim, you level up your Mozart, you know, maybe you got a friend with Tam, you're not gonna be struggling when you need an archer at all. You'll be looping and doing big damage, no problem. I mean, it depends on how much you care about being meta and how much you care about farming and all those kinds of things. But Waver is very convenient. I'll say that. Waver is so convenient because even if you... let me put it to you this way. If you could only get one really OP support, like between Merlin, Waver, Scatty, all that stuff, Waver's a really good one, especially for the farming side of things. He's not as good as me as Merlin for challenge quests, but he's so universal. Waver will never let you down. That's the thing. If you're doing a challenge quest, bringing a Waver is still going to be a huge help. Yeah, oh no, maybe you'll 5-turn instead of 3-turn or whatever, but who cares, right? Like, Waver was always a big help. He works for art teams, buster teams, quick teams, you know, mixed teams. He's a huge help for farming. Sometimes, yes, there's other supports that are better for farming than Waver, but Waver's still super fucking good for farming, and it'll make it much, much easier. He's such a universal support. If there was ever a 5-star support to be the one that you get, it's pretty much Waver, because it just makes everything work. Because maybe you don't have a lot of art units, but you have a lot of, you know, quick and buster units, right? Things like that. There's all kinds of... Waver's just always good. So yeah, if you're wanting a really strong support to help you out for basically anything, you know, all the time, Waver is a pretty sensible thing to you know, go for on a raid up. You know, of course you can get by, and of course if let's say you just had Castoria, right? Then yeah, you just level up your art units to help her out. Then if you have no art DPS, you just level some art DPS, right? It's like, you know, there's a lot of most of the OP supports like Merlin and all that kind of stuff. It's pretty easy to, you know, have them really help your account out. But Waver is such an easy, quick, you know, like even a super brand new account there's like no options, and Waver is still gonna make things a lot easier. Where like Scatty really won't. If you're like a brand new account, and the one rare thing you have is Scatty. Although she'll still be plenty helpful. I mean, you play this game for a long time, you're really likely to either get K-Scope or the Sakura CE, and I really have to stress this, so many setups work with the Sakura CE instead of K-Scope. It doesn't matter. And like I said, I have plenty of accounts where don't have K-Scope, and it's fine. Just gotta build around it. And like, yeah, wow, you might take a few extra turns. You just go with a bit more of a bruisery setup sometimes, and it works just fine. Like, if I didn't have K-Scope, I could be slapping the 50% starting in PCEs that I have damage up on them, and I'd still be doing fine. Yeah, I might be a turn or two slower, but, I mean, it's not a big deal. K-Scope's like a luxury that, I mean, honestly, is not half as helpful as I think people think it is. Now, it's extremely helpful in challenge quests. I'm going to say that, because challenge quests, a lot of times, it's all about getting your NP this second and not giving the boss an extra turn. That's a really big deal. But for farming, it's not that big of a deal. It's like, it's not a problem if you 5 or 6 turn. It really isn't. Unless you're a whale and you're planning on doing the stage 3,000 times in a day, it's not really that relevant. Actually, you can sometimes do double scatty with imaginary element. It just depends on the unit, and you can do switch Mystic Code with like Shakespeare and things like that, or you can do what the fuck is it? The Mystic Code that has battery on it. And you got Asclepius you can switch in and things like that. And a lot of units have their own battery skills. That's the thing. Like a lot of times you will need more battery skills when you are using imaginary element, but a lot of units have battery skills, so it just depends. And again, let me put you this way. Let's say you're doing the classic Edmund double scatty. Okay, let's say you're doing the classic Edmund double scatty and you just have imaginary element. Just on turn one, don't use Scatty's charge skill on turn one. Don't do that, right? Just for like the first 2 turns, just use normal cards. That doesn't take any time. That literally takes no time. Right? I could do this stage with double Edmund with double Scatty Edmund, no problem, with no K-scope. You just use normal attacks for a turn or 2, then you NP and you go into the normal loop like normal. Like who cares that you meant you five turned? Those extra 2 turns are just on wave 1. Who cares, right? It's like 10 seconds, right? It's not a big deal. There are so many setups. That's normally what I do. Generally, if I'm on an account where maybe I'm not wanting to do K-scope or I can't because of event CEs or whatever, I normally just use wave 1 as a buffer. Wave 1 is normally really easy, and I just use wave 1 to build up my NPs and all that kind of stuff, and I save all my battery skills. Then I do all that kind of stuff, and you just go ham on the last 2 waves. That's easy, right? That's what I do in almost all of my accounts, right? Because like, it's not like I started with K-scope. You know, I was playing my main account and this account forever without that kind of stuff. And that's just always what I did. I would go with like 50% starting NP. Yeah, no, of course a Rosh. There's always a Rosh, but some stages that doesn't work out. But anyway, I just when I don't have K-scope, I focus on the 50% starting in PCEs a lot, imaginary element, MLB or not, and I just use wave 1 as a buffer, and then I go ham on the final 2 waves. It's easy. It's so fucking easy. And if anything, it's like it might take a turn or 2 longer, but you have to use less brain cells, so you don't have to click as many buttons. So it's like you can kind of just autopilot. I do that all the time when I'm autopiloting. So often if I'm playing a different game or like doing laundry or some bullshit like that, I'll use a setup more like that anyway, so I don't have to think. I'll just slap 50% starting NPs on everybody, maybe have battery skills or not, and maybe I use waiver, right? Like I use like 2 DPS with no battery skills and waiver. I just normal card down the first wave, and then I NP the final 2 waves. It's so easy. It's like, wow, it took like 20 seconds longer, oh no. And you also can do the whole Spartacus for easier stages, because a lot of stages, these stages are a bit harder because damage CE. But for a lot of stages, you can do like Arash into Spartacus. They don't need K-scope to NP, and that can wipe out a lot of waves for the first 2 waves, right? Very seriously, it's not a big deal. People are just way too obsessed with 3-turning. They watch too many whales and they feel like they're messing up if they're not 3-turning, and it just does not fucking matter. And like I've said this before, a lot of times 3-turning is actually bad for you, like for real. Because a lot of people aren't doing what whales do. Whales are just resetting their AP over and over and over and over and over again. So it's not about drop rate efficiency. They are not worried about drop rate efficiency. They're worried about clear efficiency because they want to get as many clears in the time that they have. Where most normal players, it's AP. They might use a few apples and stuff, but their limiting factor is AP, very much so. And so they're not gonna sit there and just do the stage. They're not doing the stage all day for like 12 hours. They're not doing that, right? So there's no point in worrying about the 3-turning so much then. And yeah, I know, honestly, a lot of times I intentionally don't do the super meta stuff because it's just more fun. Sometimes I like to mess around and like, oh, let's just do low star stuff just cause, or let's just use these, the units that I want to see the NP animations of. It's more fun, right? Like, I will say, especially when I'm playing a lot of different accounts, like right now I'm trying to do this event on many accounts, so I'm trying to be a little bit time efficient because I'm just playing with so many different accounts. But I'm not always doing that. I skip events on a lot of my accounts. I think I did something wrong here. Anyway, and if that's the case, a lot of times it's just more fun to mess around. Like, oh, let's see if I can make Achilles do 1,000,000 damage or whatever. As you said, the path of least resistance generally makes things boring. Sometimes it's okay to be bored. Like sometimes you're not worried about entertaining yourself. You're just trying to be efficient, and that's fine too. But it's good to mix things up, in my opinion. It's a game. It's a sandbox to have fun in, right? Like, even if you don't have a way for a Rosh to NP on turn 1, he's still good. Because again, you could just wait a turn or two. It's not a big deal. You get the big battery on himself. You know, everyone has a lot of 50% starting NPCEs. Maybe you've got demonic. You know, that gives you 60%, things like that. There's just a lot of options. And like, you could always use Euro Rosh, a friend's Waver, and then Spartacus, right? So that little indie battery you're missing, Waver makes up for, and he also buffs everyone else. And you can buff Spartacus too, right? So Rash dies, brings in another DPS or whatever. That's wave 1. Spartacus deals with wave 2. You know, that kind of stuff works really well. You know, and the main I think what some people mess up is they try to always NP wave 1. And then that means they fall out, they run out of gas on wave 3 if they don't have like the right CEs and stuff to like do the perfect 3 turn clear. If you can't do a perfect 3 turn clear, the turn you should fuck up on is the wave 1, right? And save your value for later, right? Would have been nice if I had gotten a Buster card. Castoria does not always result in being able to use efficiency needs in 3 turning, but she can. She's definitely, that's one of her good things about her, is she's a lot less CE dependent. But like all supports, other than Waver, I suppose, but all supports, to be able to be like as their maximum efficiency for farming and shit, they rely on you having also pretty specific, you know, kinds of DPS to work with them and those kinds of things. And so some accounts are not, they're just not going to have the units for Scatty. They're just not going to have them, right? And they'll have the units for Artoria instead, or vice versa, or whatever. That's pretty normal, because like especially for like this account, for example, you know, I don't have a lot of. I have like no DPS that would actually synergize with Artoria. I could level them, but I don't want to. I think we have like literally one more mission to do. I think it's this one. Let's see. Let's probably do one of the nodes a certain number of times, or actually might even be get the... Could be this stage. I don't think it's that stage though. I'll just look it up later. Anyway, I think we'll wrap up there. It's getting kind of late, and I gotta eat. Well, we're pretty caught up on these two accounts. I'm still a bit behind on my newbie account, but it's keeping up all right. I'm playing it here and there, so it'll be fine. It'll get through without using apples or anything. I think we got a few more days though before we get like the Grail or whatever from this event. I think it's probably going to be on the 26th or 27th, I suspect. Kind of a long event, although I guess it's because it's time gated. If it wasn't time gated, probably pretty quick. Let's... What are we going to raid here? Let's raid Fino. We haven't raided Fino in a while. I'm assuming he's playing in A, he normally is. Yeah, I need to do Ku's buff on this account. I'll probably do that in a second. Alright, boys, you have a good one. And I should be able to stream tomorrow. I'm gonna have to take a break soon, but probably not for a little while. But I'm gonna need a day at some point to catch up on a few things. Also, I'm gonna have to make like the challenge quest video and all that stuff soon. Alright, well later, everybody.